It might be a little bit early, but I tell you what, it won't matter because I saw a few of them in there. They got Kevin Sheedy in there, and I tell you what, they've got 145 people there. There were people trying to get in that didn't have tickets. That's how many's in there. It is full to the rafters. They're in for a real big day, and Belpost will hope they can give them a real big day, but it ain't going to be easy because I tell you what, Winchelsea are playing some pretty good footy.
It's interesting because, as you said, Grub, as soon as you turned in the gate this afternoon, it was pretty much where you're going to park because, as I said, most of the ground was already busy around the outside of it, and you just had to take a park wherever you could get it. But also here this afternoon is Arch. Welcome to you, mate.
Thank you for that, Smithy. And how good is the league going at the moment as well? We had upsets everywhere last week. I reckon between us and the box, we had about 3 tips right. So it's a very even league. It's not a common thing this day in football. And so I'm very excited to see what happens in this round of footy.
Well, I think, Archie, if you have a look at it, Werribee are on top 2 games clear, and the next 7 sides are on the same points.
Yep.
With not a lot of percentage in the middle. So if that continues, we're going to have a tight year, mate. Don't worry about that.
As I said, there's teams at the present time going that little run. Belpost Hill, as I said, they've had 6 weeks of it. I think with a couple more coming up. I think North Geelong, they played last week, obviously today here at Winchelsea, and I think they got East Geelong. I was talking to Timmy Barton, he said they got someone else just after that, which would obviously, might have been Belmont, I think, after that as well. So,
I don't think it'll be East.
You sure?
I think Werribee got East.
Next week, is it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Werribee got East next week.
Yeah, so they might have got that mixed up, but Timmy might be a bit confused. But anyway, he did say they have to keep winning games, and this is very important for them at home this afternoon. So they've obviously got an opportunity to do that. They do play better here. It wouldn't be a day without a little bit of breeze. It hasn't was stronger earlier on. It has died off a little bit. Let's hope it stays that way for the day. And the rain that was forecast, I think, sometime tonight, which would be nice just as a follow-up. Some other interesting games going on there this afternoon. And as I said, we probably would have gone to this game, and it was up the highway, but we've decided to come here. Werribee take on North Geelong, as we said.
Well, yeah, look, we could have gone up there, but we'd have been the only ones there, you idiots.
North Geelong.
It starts at 5:30 tonight.
Oh, well, that's why. That's probably the reason we didn't.
So I'm glad we didn't go there.
No, well, you're
not.
You've got some entertainment tonight there.
Yeah, we'd have to listen to Steelo's music all afternoon. So.
Have to put the Elvis hour on early.
Unbelievable.
Werribee had a big win last week, Grub. They were pretty, we didn't obviously see it, but to beat Belmont by nearly 100 points.
89.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad effort in anyone's terms. So they're obviously playing some good footy and probably need to obviously continue that this afternoon. North Geelong coming off a couple of losses.
Yeah, look, the scores weren't much in it at half time, and they won by 89 points. I don't know where that come from. I know their best footy's really good, but oh, geez, to win by 89 points there at Belmont on that little ground, which probably doesn't suit them, it's absolutely incredible, especially the way they played against Thompson the week before and only got home by about 3 and a bit goals at Thompson. That's why I thought the small ground might hurt them, but, geez, they just opened up and they just blasted Belmont off the park. You know, they had Camilleri. They decided Connor Linehan Cunningham hurt his shoulder. He won't play today. But when he came out of the middle, they decided to put Camilleri in there, and he just best on the ground. He just smashed him in there. So that's a good thing for Werribee. Matty Watt was very good until he got rubbed out, suspended by the match review panel for 4 weeks on a tackle that got him in the chest. So I reckon they've changed the rules there. I don't know what the hell happened there. He went to the tribunal and only got 2 after the umpire paid a free kick, but I don't know what happened there, but Matty will miss 2 weeks now.
They had a pretty good spread of goal kickers too, Grub, which is obviously not relying on one or two people.
Yeah, well, I think Carmelo Saliba kicked 50 or 60 to win the goal kick a couple of years ago, and he's probably only got 6 or 7 this year.
Yep.
It's very well spread around. Robinson down the back line. Houlihan played a pretty good goal, he was a recruit last year who struggled a bit, but he played well. Culliver again. And probably the bloke in as good a form any out at Werribee's Stevenson off the half-back flank. He was really good too. But, North, couple of losses in a row. They wouldn't have liked to come up here last week and lose. I think they were our favourites, but they didn't quite work out that way. Oscar Riccardi was really, really good. Des Moy made a return to form. Big Blake Miller played a pretty good game. Luke Swinnerson, not Tom, played a pretty good game. And O'Brien and Jewell. And they'll be really out tonight to try and get a little bit of prestige back because a couple they look like they were the side that was out in front of everybody and then lost 2, and I think they've dropped to 5th position. So they'll be really, really out to beat Werribee tonight. Look, I'll say it because I don't normally, boost them up, but I think Werribee's best football. No one can touch them. but they just can't play that best football all the time. It's a bit fraught with danger, and when it doesn't come off, you're easy to score against. And North are pretty good at that. So, and North have a magnificent record against Werribee Centrals, even at Werribee Centrals.
Yeah, what we did a game at North Geelong one. Or was it last year or the year before?
11 straight
goals
the
or
first
something.
quarter. So
That
they
was- that
do
was
have
not-
the wood on them.
Yeah.
But I think at this stage, if you go on form, I think I'll have to go for the home side.
Your thoughts here, Arch, for this
Yeah.
game?
I think North Geelong has one of the better lists you'll ever see in local football as well. So I was quite shocked the last 2 weeks with them losing. I think Werribee, as Robbie mentioned, they've got a lot of momentum behind them. I think they play their best game, not like how they played against Thompson, but like how they played against Belmont, especially at home. I think they should win, no worries at all.
Well, when you have a look at that list, I think you're overrating a few of them a little bit.
You think so?
There's a few kids there that are young
Yeah.
and are good, and I think in time will be the best. But I think some of them have got a little bit to go because they're not at their peak yet. And it might take a year, this year, next year, but I think they will be. But I just still think they've got a bit to learn.
I think they're middle, they're mid-range players are the best. Yeah, I think their mid-range players are the best, between their mid-20s. And so, like you look at Jackson Jewell, Tommy Swinnerson, Charlie Farrell, Charlie Smith. I think I think out of the league, they've got the best, between, year 25 and 30, which, mutual footballers.
Well, I've got an issue. I think you're nowhere near the mark. Tommy Swinnerson, yes. Farrell's doesn't play more than 2 or 3 games in a row because of injury.
Jackson Jewell?
Jackson Jewell's probably not in the best 30 midfielders.
I reckon. I don't know about that. I reckon he can play footy. He's just hadn't had the season. I thought last year he was playing some really, really good football at that we saw him at, and that I reckon he's probably due to turn things around. Whether they've changed his roles this year because of for whatever purpose, I'm not too sure. But I'll actually ask Peter Riccardi next time he comes into work.
Well, look, I was only joking about that. but I still think he's one of the ones with a lot to learn, Jacko, simply because he had a very good year last year and he hasn't quite been able to match that.
Yep.
I think he will. It's just a matter of time. But right now, he's probably not gone backwards. He just hasn't gone forwards the way I thought he would.
His brother was playing there at one stage too, wasn't he? Did he have a brother playing there as well?
Yeah, but I don't think he played many games.
Yeah, okay, might have given it away.
His old man was useless.
Just on that, just on that as well.
Sorry,
I think with Oscar Riccardi, he was expected to go over to Perth and he hasn't. So maybe he's taken more midfield minutes off him. That would have been his if he didn't go.
Well, he didn't seem to at Bannockburn, did he? He played a lot forward that day.
Well, even in the finals last year, I'd expect him to be up in the midfield. Play forward. So I was just looking at that. I saw the big fella out there, and it.
Do you reckon you'll get that? Brock Carter's number changed?
Yeah,
6'9" and
white hair. Yeah,
we'll know that one.
I reckon we'll find him pretty easily.
But yeah, look, I agree. And look, we've got some good kids. I still reckon the young one won't be playing in our league too long. I think he's going to be too good for that.
Yep.
And, I don't think he's played a lot against men, so that takes a bit of getting used to. But some of the things I saw him do against Bannockburn, his balance and that, he's got some class. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I think he'd be well served that he'll end up playing at, obviously maybe even high level local, but then it could go on to that afterwards. But he definitely shows what he needs to do. So the other game, or another game out this afternoon, is Inverleigh after maybe a shock defeat from Winchelsea, as I said, especially at home, take on Geelong West. And unfortunately, Geelong West have changed coaches during the week, and they'll go out there this afternoon. And I don't think their task's going to be any easy. They say in the AFL, usually when you get a change of coach, the team usually starts to perform and they start to ask questions of what's gone wrong. But I can't see anything changing out there this afternoon. Arch, give you first crack at this one.
Yeah, I definitely think I can see Inverleigh bouncing back. From all reports, they were very competitive last week against Winchelsea. They had Logan Haberfield. He was, instrumental once again, and he won the Rising Star of the competition a couple of years ago as well. So it's good to see him returning to form. David Peel played well. Scott Condy, Daniel Marr, Stoney, and Jared Love. We know across the halfback flank as well. So yeah, I think Inverleigh, I think we've watched them a couple of times this year, especially on the Anzac Day clash as well. We see they can, they've got some very classy footy. And I reckon against Geelong West, losing their coach during the week can never be easy. I think takes the pressure off them a little bit. You usually see in the in league football, when they lose a coach during the week, sometimes they respond. So it'll be interesting to see how Geelong West go. But yeah, I think it could be a long year for Geelong West, and I think Inverness gets done pretty easy.
And Grab, we spoke to Clarkey last week, obviously just briefly, and he obviously knows the players, or the group of players, or majority of the players are there because he's obviously their previous coach. Is it something that you would take on with a lot of joy, or is it
No.
just a love job, or what is this?
No, I don't think so. And I think that's about the fourth thing you said wrong already today, because I think he last coached in 2016. I don't think there's a player left. Maybe Braden Mitchell, maybe, but no, he actually said during the week that he knew none of the players.
Oh,
So he hasn't been around the club for a long time, but he's got a very, very good football brain, Clarkey. I think you'll find he'll put a couple of blokes in different positions, but I don't know if he can stop the day we saw them just dropping nice, easy marks in front of goals that really hurt him against Corio. But look, last week, 5-14, they had 19 shots to 21 shots and got beat easy.
Yep.
So it should have been a lot closer. And when I saw that, I thought I might do just a little bit more research. And for the year, they've kicked 27 goals, 52 points, right? So if it's not so much if Clarkey can get them doing it, but if they can start kicking straight, and we all know we always say bad kicking's bad footy, but let's go the opposite. Good footy, if you kick well, and if they start to kick well, they'll actually be competitive some games with the chance of winning a few. But they must do that, because if they don't, they'll keep getting beaten.
Well, that cost them the game we against Cry, didn't it?
Well, it did, and I think it cost them. It didn't cost them the game against last week, but they lost by what, 37 points or something like that, and had 2 less shots. So they could have been competitive. It should have been a goal or so.
Yeah.
Right. So they're on the bottom, and they're going to find it hard. But at least start to kick straight, hold your marks in front of goal, and you'll be competitive. But Inverleigh, as Art said, Haberfield was good. Peel, Condy, Stoney and Love were all very good. And I miss their best players too. Thompson Collins, again, he's the best defender in the comps for mine. He's a great player. Goddard, Beattie, Frangos, who I don't know if I'll get him back to play. I don't think he's done it at this stage.
Yep.
But hopefully he does, because he helps hold their backline together. Greaves and Jans, and I think Inverleigh are going to be far too strong.
Just a question on that. Do you think you sacrifice? I know last week speaking to Paul Lynch, he said that they actually nearly evened up their inside 50 count with Thompson's along West. So would you put Jackson Collins up forward and sacrifice your best backman and maybe the best backman in the comp to have a key forward, an option up forward?
If he can do it. Who was that gun centre half back at Winchelsea? He was a superstar. Van der Klooster.
Oh, yeah.
He was as good a centre half back as I've ever seen. Take the best marks you've ever seen. They put him up forward, and he just couldn't do it. He wasn't a forward. So you've got to have, you can do it, but he's got to be a forward. There's certain situations, and at the moment, at 0-5, and probably 0-6 today, mate, you can do anything you want, because you're just going to keep losing. 0-8, 0-9, do anything you can. Put your ruckman as a rover if you want. You try anything to try and win a game of football at this point for them.
Well, they've obviously proven that they can get the ball into their forward line, but they've got to have blokes who can finish. Now, that's for me where Braden Mitchell's the bloke.
Yep.
As I said, I just can't understand. Even last week, earlier than what they never actually set him in the forward line, and even in the last quarter, he just bloody roamed around the middle of the field.
He didn't go deep.
No. I just think he is the smartest bloke for them that can be able to kick goals on a constant basis, because he's just so reliable. If you put Collins there, you're going to give yourself another avenue to goal, because he does take a lot of marks. But again, having said that, he usually plays like a Dean Talbot. He sort of sits off his opponent.
Yeah, he does.
Reads the play very well. And if he can't, he's one bloke that actually is responsible. He actually does spoil the ball, and he hits it pretty hard. So I can't see. As I said, they've got Craven that could go into centre-half back. They could do that without any thought. It's going to take away their back half, obviously, yes, because you take Frangos out and Jackson Collins. It makes a difference, but you've got to try something to go forward. So I agree with you, Grub. I think that's what they've got to do. Yeah. If it doesn't work and you're 20 goals down because they're kicking more than you, maybe you have to throw him back.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you might as well get beat by 15 goals, they get beat by 5. And that could happen, because the game we saw, without Frangos and Collins down there, they'd have got beaten easy.
Yeah.
They held them together. But they have to take the risk. All right, we might not get beat, but we might be 5 goals. It's the same as getting beat by 12 or 13. So, yes, try it if you can. And Clarkey is smart enough to try that. So
Yeah, I
don't worry
wouldn't be
about that.
surprised if he does see him down there.
Although he's not that smart. His first game, he's named Collins on the bench. Well done, Clark.
Yeah, and I reckon a few clubs might see through that too. That's probably not the best place to put him. He should have made him at full forward, and they might ask some questions about it then, I think so.
Yeah.
East Geelong at home this afternoon. They take on Anarchy. Anarchy did have a win last week. East Geelong unfortunately went down to Bannockburn. But, as I said, with the leading goal kicker up there, he had a couple of opportunities last week, your mate, Mr. Smith, Zach, and couldn't finish as well as he has been in previous weeks. But he's obviously a chance here to maybe kick another handful if he's on song.
Yeah, well, he got 3, so he did, and he definitely was one of the better players as well. But I think, yeah, for sure, we've talked about it countless times. You just look back to last year's final series. I think if he kicks that first opportunity or the second opportunity, then he's on. I think he missed the first 3 last week. And then he's always playing catch up from there. So he kicked 3, he could have kicked 7 or 8. But I don't think it came down to him. I thought Caleb Ezard played really well for East Geelong as well, but he kind of faded out of the game in the second half. I think it was the best half football I've seen him play in that first half. I think their midfielders, looking at Ben Crombie, he's a star. Out and out. No, I don't think he had his best game. I think his disposal was poor, and I thought he struggled to find the footy as well. And when he did it, his disposal efficiency wasn't great. So you'd be looking for more from him. You'd be looking for more from Steele. He had flashes when he got the ball. We saw him have a good run down the wing, but I just don't think he gets enough of it. Kasperian, I don't think he had his best game in the ruck, but I think he can play a better game. I think that was one of the better performances we've seen from Reece Ginn in the ruck all year. I think he dictated terms all day. So I think they get their midfield right, and they're not going to be coming up against as good as ruck today. But yeah, I think it should be pretty easy. I think it should be a rebound match for East Geelong. I think Anarchy, being competitive. Would they win last week?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. They
beat Corio by 4
beat
goals.
Corio. So I still reckon East Geelong should bounce back this week. So I reckon that was one of the poorer performances. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, look, I'm going to, for once in my life, actually agree with you. They lost by, 34 points. But you're right about Benny Crosby. He's a beautiful footballer. But I think that one of the best midfielders in the game is Johnny McIntyre, and he didn't have his greatest game. So when you have your 2 or 3 best players, just have one of those days on the same day. It's really hard at our level because usually if Benny Crombie doesn't play that well, McIntyre picks up the pieces and vice versa. And that just happened that way last week. I think you've sort of gone a bit far on Smith. He could have kicked 7 or 8. He could have kicked probably 5 or 6. I don't know. 7 or 8, you're going a bit too far, Arch. But he's on 31 goals. I don't think there's anybody in the comp who's even kicked as half as many. I think the next blokes might be Mason Dixon on about 15 goals. So he's well on his way to the Taekwondo medal. He only has to kick 2 a week and he'll win it easy. But for East Geelong to play finals and that, I think he's got to kick more. He's got to kick his 3 or 4 every week. And look, they looked for him a few times last week when they didn't need to. You've got blokes like Steele who can play. Ezard kicked 3 or 4 a couple of times. You've actually got to mix it up a little bit. You can't just go looking for the same bloke every time. And what happens then, when it does come his turn, he's a better chance of kicking goals. But, yeah, look, I think Ollis was good last week. Nolan, Payne, the Huff, and young Patrick Vicentine off the back line I thought was pretty good too. And apparently out of Anarchy, Mawson again, Gerard again.
Yep.
And they're your 2 players that you have to have playing well, as well as Dalhouse, who was there. Scary, can't even read my own right. And they're Harms. And Mitchy Gavin's a bit of an evergreen. So out at East, I think East are too good.
Well, I don't know whether Anarchy are playing funny buggers here, but Gerard's not named. Dalhouse is not named. Davy's not named. And Barter's not named.
Which Davey?
Well, there's only one left now because the other one went back back to Melbourne somewhere, didn't he?
Wayland's the one that's still there. Jaden.
No, Wayland.
Yeah, Jaden's not playing anymore. Wayland's the one that's playing.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, he's not been in that list either.
I thought they'd both gone.
So there's no Davey playing, as I said, and you've met when those.
We saw Whalen play here last time we were here. That's Bell post.
Yeah, I thought he didn't like it and wanted to go as well.
Yeah, I think he went back to somewhere in Melbourne, I think, and played the week after, and he played one game.
But I think Jaden's still on their list, isn't he?
I think so.
And it can play if he's not playing at
Where
I don't know,
Port Melbourne or something, isn't it?
St Kilda or
Yeah.
one
But
of those.
there's the other. So you've got the two Davies out. You got no Dalhouse, no Barter. Who else did I mention?
Gerard.
And Gerard mentioned in their side today. So if that's the case, you would think that should be a pretty one-sided affair out there.
If that's the case, it'll be a walloping.
Yeah.
You can't go in without your best players at their level. Your top side can go in and maybe cover them, but at this stage, I don't think the Roos will do that. And I think he's coming off a loss which they thought was going to be a close win. So I'll tell you what, it might be a belting out there.
Yeah, as I said, it'll be interesting to see if that's the actual case when it comes through later on today. But just going through their list on the website here this afternoon, it doesn't appear that any of those 4 or 5 players I mentioned in there.
Yeah, so Whalen got dropped after that game we watched in round 2. Went kicked 7 in the reserves against West, and then decided he had enough of that, and now he's playing for Heidelberg.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's a task that will be made more difficult when they go out there this afternoon. Thompson, they put themselves on the board there last week, Grub, and they're probably, as I said, they're not too far. Well, I wouldn't say not too far away, but they have lost a lot of players. They are going to be more competitive probably than maybe 2 or 3 of the other bottom sides because they've just got those 2 or 3 key players that can still hold them in there. If they can continue to build with some younger blokes coming through, and I see Dev Smith playing again this afternoon. At home against Corio, they'd have to be a real chance.
It's Kaz Kamerick been named because I heard a whisper he was down at training during the week.
You'd have to ask the Thompson man there beside us.
Yeah.
I think he was at training, but I don't think he's going to be playing anytime soon.
Well, he'd be handy to have back. But Hennessy hit a bit of form. Rocho O'Toole. Sammy Jack are in the best again. So he's obviously given them all his best. Young Jacko Wilson, he wasn't in there, but I name him every week because I know him. And Cam was pretty good. I think Pryor missed a couple last week. That Cooper Shoebridge we watched didn't play. So he's back in. I think Jelenic was good. Young Savenka again was good. So, he's playing pretty well every week as he's manning Stratton, Gibson, Hall and Green. So they lost Hannigy by 24 points. And Thompson beat West by 37. So the form's hard to gauge because they're the bottom of the side ladders. So if you want to text me, Mitchell, but I'm going for Corio easily. So damn that.
Yeah, I suppose the big one, Paul Davis, too, as I said, probably has been a key backman, but he did go and kick 5 in one game there we saw. But they, as I said, they're not too far away.
Text me already.
He must be listening to you.
And then Paul Arseek as well. So yeah, you're right, Smith. He's a target up forward for Thompson. I think the thing with Thompson that Paul Lynch is really talk to about the younger players is that he's not trying to win every game. He's just teaching them how to he's not playing that ultra defensive style of game that we saw him play against East Geelong last year. He's actually just trying to teach them how to play football. So they're accepting that they're not they've got a lot of kids in the team, very inexperienced, but they're just going to try and play the way they want to play without maybe having the experience to dominate games. Jasper Blair, he's come from Queenspit. He's been really good. Thompson season. He played well again. Jed Hannessy, Roy Dixon from Torquay. Max Ella's still starring. Geordie Cams. And Devon Smith as well over at 30 and kick 3. So
he was just telling me before that Max is going out tonight, going out and drag. He told me he's going to get dressed up.
He's the Thompson mock wedding. He's going to dress up as a woman. So
some of them have been playing like.
So no, I think Thompson will get this done easy. And then suddenly you look at Thompson. What are they 2 and 3 then? And then I think they might have this Anarchy next week. So suddenly they're not too far away from the top 5. So I think they turn it around quickly. And as I mentioned, they've got 8 or 17 last week. They played under 25, which is an unbelievable effort, I think. So
what are Thompson? 2 and 3. They won 2 games.
One.
They won on 4, aren't they?
Yeah. So they win. Yeah, they win next week. Sorry, this week and next week they'll be 3 and 4.
3 and 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they come to the developed sides that probably a little bit better.
What
So
do you
they,
think, Smithy? Do you think that they should get the job done today? Or
oh, look, I think, yeah, look, they're the way they're coached and all that sort of stuff. Then Lynchy will get that last week. I probably questioned whether well, not having they could beat West last week, but they played obviously some better football, and they just when you look through their side, they've still got the basis is there. As I said, there's a fair bit of responsibility on those Davis, Cam, Jack, all those sort of players to keep going and being in their best every week, and that hopefully just bring those kids along. But most clubs have got to do it at different stages. So
I mean, a good telltale sign for them as well is if you look at the Interleague squad that was named during the week, I mean, you've got, Jed Hennessy, Zach Rocker O'Toole, Max Dalla, Cooper Judd, and Roy Dixon. So, 5 kids getting named in the Interleague squad. It's always a good sign that they've got got a good future ahead of them.
well, that's positive news there for them. As I said, I think myself that they will get the win out there this afternoon, but they wouldn't want to take Corio lightly. As I said, we saw them a couple of weeks ago. They played some pretty good football in most of the time. Actually, their last
go Devils.
their last quarter let them down a little bit, letting Geelong West kick 7. But as I said, they'd done the work early and got themselves into a position to win the game. So that was a positive for them. At home this afternoon, Bannockburn. I think did you say last week this was transferred from Belmont? Was supposed to be played at Belmont. It was transferred out to Bannock for some reason.
Oh, might have, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway because Bannockburn are at home this afternoon. They take on the Belmont Lions. Bannockburn with a good win over East. Unfortunately, Belmont coming off their probably worst loss in some time, I would think. So a little bit to prove for them.
Well, there is. As I said when we did the Werribee game, that's come from nowhere for me because I know the last couple of weeks they've been playing reasonably good football, and I just couldn't see how that happened. So I think what we've got to do is say, right, forget about that, throw it out the window, don't even bother reviewing it. Thrown out, it's one of those things that's happened, and hopefully it won't happen again. But before that, their form's been pretty good. Hootsman in the best again. He must be having a hell of a season out there, along with McPherson, Butler, Murdoch, and Wilson. 89 points, and they're sitting 7th. Again, though, 3-2, like a lot of the others, and Bannockburn. I don't know about Bannockburn. We saw them against North first up, and they were okay. But I think they've got better and better each time they've gone out to play. And look, it wasn't a great game of footy last week that we watched.
You tell me that.
But it doesn't matter. You've still got to win it and not lose it. And they did that, and they did it by 34 points. I tell you what, if I'm voting my team of the year at the moment, Gin's in the ruck because he's been as good a ruckman or probably the best ruckman I've seen. And he's not very tall. Bowden was good, Harding, Bath, Perkins. They've got a lot of young blokes running around. The big fella at centre forward's got a kick straight, Henry Hawker. He's going to bag 7 or 8 one day. And the bloke that you like on the back line, Gorman's a good kid too. So I think they're improving every week. And I'm going to go from, it's out at Bannockburn, so I'm going to go from today against Belmont.
The unfortunate thing there, but Grub, is that Hawker is the only player out of that side from last week. So I'm not too sure that's an injury or whether he's away somewhere. I'm not too sure, but he's not playing. No. So that makes their job. I was just talking to Timmy Barton before the game, and he said there was one contest he said he went to. He said he was standing right behind Hawker, and all of a sudden he just did this vertical leap. He said, "How in the hell am I supposed to get anywhere near him?" And he said his running ability is enormous. So, as I said, that's a pretty positive sign for him out there at Bannockburn. As I said, he does play well. He is a good footballer. We've seen that. And obviously, I think he will get better as the time goes on. He will be missed out there this afternoon, no doubt. I think he's a pretty important cog in their forward line. So it will be interesting. But, as I said, the Evans boys up forward needs to kick some goals. But
they held him last week. But as I say, Belmont are able to come out and win.
They could.
After an 89-point loss. Yeah. They're good enough.
Yeah, I think Bannockburn should get. I'm actually quite liking the way they play their football, even though last week wasn't the best game. I think it was the 3rd time we've seen them. Was it last week?
Yep.
Yeah, this year. So no, I really like the way they play. Even the kids like Perkins and Harding. I think both the young Harding kids. I think they're really coming to their own. And then Henry Hawker, obviously one of the more exciting players. I was trying to find out during the week as well because I've got a feeling he may be going away, which I hope it's not an injury because he wasn't named in the Interleague squad either, and he's eligible for that.
I think he is a Deakin student, so whether he's got some studies or something, I know they go away in little patches.
Yeah.
I know there was a group at Inverleigh at some stage. They used to go away for 2 or 3 weeks at a time on, I don't know what it was, like a visits, farm visits.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's the case. It's not an injury because I would have loved to see him out in the interleague game as well. But no, I think Bannockburn should get this one. I'm interested to see. I probably would have tipped them either way with the way that Belmont got beaten last week on their home deck. But it'll be interesting to see Belmont later in the year as well, especially on a big ground, not at home with the three Evans boys.
But yeah, have a look at the ins from Belmont. I reckon they got some good ins.
Yeah.
I reckon Brock Marnie's one of them.
I did have a squiz doing grub. I
reckon-
didn't see their side from last week's side.
No, but I think on Tommy King's page on the K Rock, there's 4 blokes came in. I know Marnie is one of them, but they're 4 pretty good players.
Jake Wood,
That's another one. He's one.
So
Yeah.
he's another one with some size.
Yeah.
Braden Eddy, did he play last
I
week?
think he played.
Yep. They got the 3 Evans. Nick Sheriff.
I'm not going to remember them now, but there's 2 more that can play. I know that.
Yep.
So that'll strengthen them a little bit.
The coach is still running around the seconds by the look of himself. He's obviously quite happy to see.
He might be running around there for a fair while. Although, after an 89-point loss, the temptation would be there to go back, wouldn't it?
You'd think there'd be a few questions you could ask yourself whether I could can I add to what needs to be done, or be out in the ground and just maybe even lead by example. I'm not too sure, but anyway, it's going to be an interesting contest out there this afternoon. Because it's at Bannockburn, I will pick Bannockburn. If it had been Belmont, I reckon. As I said, I know one player doesn't make a difference, but this bloke can play, this Hawkins, so I reckon it might be very, very interesting. And so what we'll do is we're going to take a short break. We'll go back to the studio because we're going to have a look at the Bellpost Hill Winchelsea game with a little bit more detail here this afternoon. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Done to get themselves over the line. So this afternoon, as I said, it's up here at Belpo, still different kettle of fish here because they do play the ground very, very well. So it's going to be an interesting game. How do you see it unfolding, Rob?
Well, I'll tell you what, Inverleith's Winchelsea form is, I think they're playing better than they look. I think they're playing reasonably good football. They had a good win last week. But it's strange because Inverleigh must have had the tack of the bad kicking too, because I think they had more shots than Winch.
Yep.
Last week, I think it was probably about 31 shots. They had 6 more shots and lost by 9 points. So that could be the game there and then, if they kick straight. But I'll say it again, at the risk of sounding like a
Broken
record, bad kicking's bad footy. And Winchelsea are playing pretty good footy. I spoke to Friswell after when they beat Winchelsea out at Winchelsea. He said, why'd you take the foot off the pedal a little bit? He said, no, they played very good football and come hard at them. So, that's pretty good form out there at Winch. Like Indy Parish was good last week. Gemmell was good. Reuben James, Williams and Walsh. The Parish boys, they're always in the thick of things. They're pretty good players. It's very, very hard because we're up here at the hill. And North Geelong's form was pretty good until they hit Bellpost Hill. And Bellpost Hill were able to beat North by nearly 5 goals. Young Hanley, we saw him play a couple of times and he was reasonably good. Takes a bit of time for a GFL footballer to find his feet down here, but apparently he did last week and he was very, very good. No surprise, Yates again. He's, who knows? He might win 2 in a row. You never know. 2 Nevilles. Godwin's been pretty good all year, and I apologise on air for him calling him Goddard last time we were here. He had a bit of a crack at me after the Werribee game. He said it's Godwin, not Goddard. I said, oh, no, sorry, mate. Whitney, he reckons the body's holding up. Don't know if he'll play all the games, but the games he's playing is good. Bannister, Carter. Well, I think Carter. Well, he's the other bloke if you're going to pick a ruckman at the moment with Gin, he's the other bloke because he's been terrific all the time. But some of the players who have just got better and better. Will Cairns has had a very, very good year. Actually, when I spoke to Dylan Godwin, he actually told me, my name's Goddard. I said, yeah, look, he said, was it you? I said, yeah. He said, we just thought it was Smithy again. But Lockie Wilson played most of the games well. The Werribee game didn't play too well, but other than that, he's been pretty good. Timmy Barton and Whitney and Costello with 4 last week, back to form against a good side, which is great. The Jones boys, which I think one of them's not playing today, is the little bloke. Felix may not be playing.
Actually, there's no Jones there.
Both of them are out. Well, there you go.
Zane not playing?
No, I've got no Jones in my list.
Right.
I do.
There?
I know Felix isn't playing.
I think Zane's playing.
The thing is, they're playing 40 or 40 Bellpost Hill, but I think they're very, very well balanced. The blokes to come in when they're at their best are Caleb Basley and Quinny, who will both be 1-pointers. So I don't think they've got any problems there. My only problem with Bellpost Hill, right, I think they've had pretty much the least kicked against them for the year of all the good sides. So their defence is holding up really well, but they're about 7th in points for. So obviously they've got to convert more and probably kick more goals, I guess. It's as simple as that. But look, their form's been terrific. Front of the pass players. This one's tougher than it looks. But I'm going to stick with Bellpost Hill because I just think at home and their form last week, they deserve to be picked to win for me.
Your thoughts there, Arch?
Yeah, I think I'm very excited to see Bellpost Hill play. Last time we saw them out here was against Anarchy, which is was an undermanned attack. Yeah, so undermanned team in general. So I think I'd like to see them against some better opposition. I'm really excited to see Brock Carter play. I thought he was best on ground last time we watched them. I'm also excited to see Winchelsea as well. They've done quite a lot of recruiting in the off-season. Adam Walsh from Ocean Grove, Jack Terrell, originally from Auburn's, hasn't played for a long time. Ryan Williams, they've got from Modder, Carver from Kyabram. So there's 5 or 6 recruits here. So we don't know how they're going to go. But I'd be excited to see some new players. But yeah, I think on the Past Players Day and Premiership Reunion, I think Bellpost still should get the job done.
Yeah, as I said, having Brock Carter back in their side, especially when you've got Liam Merrick running around their twos, it makes for a pretty good position to have, as I said, when you've got a backup ruckman that can compete like he does. So it's going to be very, very interesting there.
We spoke about this before the game. Do you think they could play both of them in the same team? I mean, I know last time, I think Carter nearly took 100% of the rucking duties. He played most of the game time, barely had a rest. But would you, like if he does need a rest, who else are you going to put up there? I mean, you're not going to sacrifice Bannister down back, but Barton doesn't want to go in there. He's getting on. So, would it hurt to play play with the quality that we know that Liam Merrick can play with in the seniors?
I would have probably, well, I said that I'm not coaching this side, and that's probably a reason why that he's not wanted in the side. But just looking out there at the moment, there's another young kid out there, number 39, Riley Dixon. He's got a bit of size about him.
Oh, yeah.
Whether he's a bloke that can do a bit of ruck work, I'm not too sure. As I said, Timmy Barton's he's all right around the ground, but jumping in the middle probably gets that a bit past him now. But you got some options that they couldn't use. So, and I think that's a positive thing for them, because I said if they come up against a side that has got that second option to go into the ruck, then it'll be well worth bringing Brock Carter in. But again, haven't seen Brock Carter play since he was here, obviously previously, because I wasn't here for the last time you were up here. But at that stage, he was a really good ruckman for them. So having him back has definitely made a difference to this side, I would think. But the second option would have been pretty handy.
Well, Carter's rucks most of the game. So you don't need him to go in there for long. Riley Dixon, I watched it against Anarchy on the video, and he was terrific. He started off well here and done a hamstring.
Yep.
First game back, I wouldn't be throwing him in the ruck at all. And if he starts kicking goals, then that's his position, and you can throw Timmy Barton in when need be.
Yep.
But I like this kid Dixon. He's from Lara. He's played some good footy, and I think that's what I'd do with him. But I tell you what, you want to know something? Yeah, how I told you that Lisa's going to the footy today, my wife.
She didn't go?
Yeah, guess where she parked?
Where?
Right behind the goals.
And?
Well, nothing yet. She said, do you think that'll be okay? I said, well, if Jaden's team is kicking to your end, you've got no problems.
There might be a net.
But at quarter time, move the bloody thing, because they'll get beat by 35 goals. Oh, why would you park behind the goal?
That's probably why, because it was only space maybe available to her, mate. She might have just jumped in there and thought this is a good spot to be. Realised
someone else is there.
Most grounds now have the nets up, but I don't
that's what I was thinking.
they're not up here, are they?
Yeah, nets.
I think,
the nets.
Yeah, they're there.
I thought the ball hit the car there this morning.
Might have, but I think second division up WRFL will not have them. But in the end, I've said, it should be okay. You watch. Whose fault will it be if it gets hit?
Yeah.
And I'm not even there.
Well, that's it, mate. You've got to blame somebody. You might as well blame you, I reckon. So that could be very interesting. So I think we're all on agreement. So I think the home side might get the job here done this afternoon. As I said, in front of it's a pretty large crowd here this afternoon, which is good for the club. As I said, it's a big day inside. Did I hear Greg Hall was also speaking in there at some
Yes,
stage?
there is a jockey there, but I didn't know which one.
Yeah, someone said Greg Hall. I think when I come in the gate,
and he's terrific too, don't worry.
Yeah, he tells some stories, I reckon. So.
Yeah.
Well, the game's just not too far away from starting here this afternoon, and our players are moving to their position. We're just about ready for some action here. Good to see that we've got Finn Parrish back on the side. Has he played any games for the Geelong AFL side?
I'll get back to you.
Don't know.
2 seconds.
Crosby start on the bench. I see that.
Yep. So ease him into the game.
I might go the other way. I'd let him get in there early and then rest him a bit. But anyway,
get a touch.
Ash Whitney's a better coach than I'll ever be, so we'll go with that.
Finn Parrish has not played a game so far.
So play about to be underway here. Carter going up against Tyrrell. Carter over the top, back towards Yates. Can't take it cleanly. Handball comes out from Tyrrell. Ends up in the hands of Parrish, and he is besieged upon in the middle of the ground, and we're going to have another ball up, which will take place. Umpire quickly to throw the ball up. Carter taps the ball out of that ruck contest. Going on to now, Parrish gets the handball outside, goes to Cook. Cook now across towards centre wing. Will work for them because the mark has been taken out there. Winchelsea have possession of the ball, just defensive side of centre wing. Will look to drive the ball round the boundary line. I reckon that might be Mumberson. And he goes longer, and Flacabento stands in the road. If he didn't take the mark, he would have been awarded the free kick. So he has got the ball. So he has got the ball in the half back line. I reckon that Belpo still may be kicking with the aid of a small breeze here. Ball kick wasn't great from Flacabento. He tried to follow up and get it back again, but unfortunately, targets were missed out there. Ball runs towards their half forward line, and that's Winchelsea. Bannister read that nicely, intercepted it, punched it straight over the line. We'll have a ball up, which will take place.
Umpires for today, Rowan Hilson, Brendan Beck, we've got a good one there, and Benny Smith, so we're in pretty good hands, boys. And cover the headphones because Ash is not too far away here.
We need that 90 seconds. What is it?
What a great coaching effort from Bartolo.
So the ball now with umpire forward or half forward line thrown back in. Bannister does the ruck work this time, taps it over his shoulder. Coming through the contest, it was picked up. Winchelsea goes through Parish, get the handball back into the hands of Cook, goes quickly towards their full forward position. Flacavento comes out, leads in the race for the ball. He's couldn't get clean possession of it, but he's got some work to do now because the hands was turned over. Ended up with Parish again, and again there's three of them in the side. So Cassidy was the one that got the handball out, but it's been held up now on their half forward line. They're still working into her attack and into a breeze. Carter in some space by himself. Terrell just moving to him now. Ruck contest, and again, ball not coming out of there. Umpire back with the ball in hand. Another ball up which will take place. Gould doing the ruck work for Winchelsea down in their forward line. Ball comes out wide. I reckon that was Williams that went after it. He couldn't take clean possession. The ball's forced over the boundary line, and again, another throw-in will take place.
The only thing I was going to say, Smithy, is that Jordan Gouldback's only probably kicked about 11 goals for the year. But he's got that young Primer kicked about 14 or 15 or 13 as well. So, you know, they're obviously working well together.
So Gould's still doing the ruck work down there. Ball for that ruck contest, taken by Handley. Ball comes out now. Over the top, runs towards Chirkop. He can't pick the ball up, but it's picked up there, Winchelsea, and that's through Mumberson. Goes back into that. Nice kick, and the mark has been taken out there by Parish. And that was a good use of the ball. So they've done most of the attacking here in this first quarter. And Finn Parish from directly in front of goal, an opportunity here to kick the first score of the afternoon.
So he's played 5 games this year, Finn Parish, for Winchelsea. So he's played, well, that's all of them, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, of course, for Winchelsea. What do you reckon? You're going to play a couple at Inverleigh and a couple at Bannockburn too, do you? Of course he's going to play for Winchelsea.
Might be doing Dusty Martin.
Yeah.
So he comes in now from about 30 metres out directly in front of goal. Kick wasn't great off the boot. Actually didn't even make the distance there. Lands in the square. And again, the ball to be won in that contest. Kicked up and clicked away by Yates. Comes out to the half-back line. Players run towards the ball. Jones, he was tackled without possession of it. Well, it had to be a free kick. I would have thought.
The trailing umpire's got it.
Yep. They've allowed the play to go on. I thought then for a minute, but ball will now go back. It's got a fair way to go back too, because it got to the half.
Well, it has, but I think all the play had stopped, so it's a little bit hard to determine if there was an actual advantage.
Yep.
So he's played safe, bring it back. You know I don't like to try and umpire playing too many decisions from that, but he was reasonably close, and it was a perfectly right decision.
So Jones brings the ball inside, and the mark has been taken out there by Coffey. Coffey brings the ball across the ground. That's a dangerous kick. Chirkop will have to work well here. Didn't take it cleanly, but he's able to put some pressure on. He's held the ball up, sits over the top of it now. Mumberson's also with him. He got the ball outside, picked up. Coffey's in there again. Probably held without the ball. The umpire's allowed play to go on. Winchelsea, nice, clever play. Mumberson, Yates comes through. And the ball now goes into their half-forward line. We're talking bell post still this time. Coming out, meeting the flight of the ball. It's going to be cleaned away there by Walsh. Comes across the ground. He'll find Parish. He's just got to get a favourable bounce now. Well, he didn't pick it up cleanly. No, he didn't. And Walsh went back and started to clean up his work again, but he's been held up. So we've gone just on 4 minutes in this first quarter.
It was bouncing to him end on end, and it just floated into a top.
Either side, he yet to score.
So first real look now, ball bobbling around, opportunity for Parish. He jumps on it, and now he gets wrapped up. So he'll have a ball up, 60 metres from goal. From the post till goal, ball up again now.
Yeah,
hits the deck, over the top, bobbling around, and Walsh is happy to see that ball over the boundary line. No score so far. To answer your question as well, Grubby, I was answering because you asked me how many VFL, have you played any VFL games this year?
No, I didn't.
I asked.
Sorry, Smithy, I was answering you. So ball back in now, 20 metres out from the bell post hill goal. It's tapped quickly, opportunity, then get a quick snap. It couldn't quite. It was Barton in the ruck for bell post hill now. Comes out to Parish. He's going to kick out of defensive 50. Coming through, it was really well done on that occasion from Gould. Handballs back in. He sells Williams under a bit of pressure, and he turns the ball over inside forward 50, but bell post hill now on the mark. Oh, good fist away at the last moment. Wasn't a bad kick coming in. A little bit of mongrel, but it did the job it was from Banjo Hickey. Just recently got announced in the Interleague squad as well. He's a recruit for Bell Post Hill. So ball back in now, 35 metres out. Carter sees the ball down in the path of Whitney. He couldn't quite coming through now. Parrish, quick kick over the top. Couldn't quite gather the ball. Opportunity for Bell Post Hill. Yates has it. Snap. He was smothered. Opportunity for Williams now. He handballs into the path of Primer. Primer, handball to Parrish. Parrish might kick to himself. He does. His arcs his back, takes the game on. Couldn't beat the 4 Bell Post Hill players. Zane Jones has the ball now. He handballs quickly over the top to Chirkop. Chirkop gives it to Yates. Now Yates kicks. He's going to turn it over. Didn't go the required 15 metres. And then Reuben James is tackled over the boundary line. True centre wing will have a ball in.
We've got a pretty good boundary umpire today too, Smithy. Young Thomas Nister came in the box before the game and give me all the information. So he's from Grovedale.
Is that his brother with him as well?
Yep, he's from Grovedale. So, yeah, good kid, and he'll do a good job today. So he's actually commentating while he's bouncing, I think. Backing up his umpire, so good boy.
So ball in from true centre wing. Quickly wrapped up on that occasion was Bulge. So have another ball up. It's a big interchange for Bell Post Hill. Now coming through now. It's a good pick up and kick forward on that occasion by Captain Parrish inside the forward 50 and a good mark taken from Bannister in defence for Bell Post Hill. Instrumental players last year for them. Played injured in the finals. He goes down the line. Brook Carter gets over his head into the path of Whitney. Gathers the ball. Sal's one. He's in trouble now, though. Terrell gets him. So good tackle on that occasion from Jack Terrell. He's going to handball. Cassidy Parrish. He might send the ball inside forward. He sends it to the line. Premier coming across. Couldn't quite. Now an opportunity. Parrish handball. There was nobody there. Into the path of this player, which was Rogan. He tried to gather the ball and then a quick kick to the pocket. The mark is taken. Lower in the eyes was Reuben James. And he found a target in the pocket, sliding to his knees and takes the mark. So, an opportunity for Winchelsea to kick the first in this one. The player in question is Jordan Gould. So Gould, no more than 30 metres out, pretty much directly in front. Back in from here. Not great off the boot, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
What are you trying to put the moz on him, mate? That's 2 kicks for goal. 2 absolute deplorable shockers.
So no score. We have gone 9 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Bucky's Entertainment.
So ball brought back into the field of play, but it's Winch coming back towards their goals again. Jones couldn't pick the ball up, picked up out there by Parrish. Got the handball away. This time it's a better finish. That might be the Gould again, was it?
Yeah.
And he has got his first score on the board. Didn't have time to think about that one. They move to 1 straight goal. They lead Bell Post Hill yet to score. We have gone just on 9 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, we've done most of the attack at Winchelsea. They've been pretty good, and both Parrish boys have been right in amongst things. And I don't know if you saw that take just out here in the middle of the ground where he took it and balanced and kicked it. Got a bit of class, Cassidy Parrish, and I think the last couple of times we've seen him, he looked great, but didn't do enough. But he looks like he's on the road to doing a fair bit here today. And as you said, I think that's against the Breeze, so they've got off to a pretty good start, the Blues. I hope they don't do a Carlton Blues and win at half time and get beat all the time.
Back in the middle we are once again. Carter doing the ruck work, and he's able to bring the ball down. Nicely read by Indy Parrish. He goes back into their forward line. This time it's Cassidy. He comes out, gives the handball away. He's going to get it back from the 1-2, goes quickly into their forward line. Now, that's a nice kick again, and the mark has been taken down there. And Winchelsea will have another opportunity very quickly in this first quarter, put their second on the board. So Primer will line up. Best side to be kicking goals from, I would think. Top of the left-hand post would be the place to aim for. So he takes his time here. Primer starts his movement towards goal. Kicks. They're kicking it low, and that went straight over the umpire's head. They have their second, and they move now to 2 straight goals. They lead Bell Post Hill, who are yet to score. And we've gone just on 11 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Just not sure what happened at the ruck bounce. He Like Brock Carter won it by the proverbial mile, tapped it behind him, obviously to a call, but it wasn't one of his players. So I just think at the moment, with 2 quick goals against the win, I think Brock Carter hits it forward to see where he's hitting it because he's hit it straight down to Parrish's, down his throat actually, and got him away to kick another goal.
As you mentioned, pre-game, Grub, he's kicked 17 goals. He's second in the league for goal kicking. He kicked 42 last year, so he's a known goal kicker in Cam Primer.
Yeah.
So ball back in the middle now. Carter gets the ball down to his teammate. It's good hands on occasion. Copy comes through over the top to Yates. Yates doesn't gather the ball, but his teammate does. Kicks forward into a little bit of space, running back and taking a good mark. Is Hickey going to go inside the forward 50. Screwed the kick back. Wasn't the best, but it still might work out. Inside forward 50 now. Belpo still. Now a snap on goal from Handley. They make half a chance and kick the goal. It was Dave Hanley, kicks his first of the day and gets Bellpost Hills first. They are 1 goal straight to, 2 straight 12. So early start in this one. We have gone around 12 minutes. Buckers Entertainment first quarter scoreboard.
And that's what they've got to do. They got the ball out of the centre. Carter wins again, but this time it goes to Bellpost Hill player. And I tell you what, be careful of young Hanley because I reckon you'll find he's going to be a very, very good player.
So umpire ball back in the middle now. That's what Fuel's going to do some ruck work this time. Carter doing the ruck work again. Again, he's the one that wins the ball now. Yeah, ball now comes out, and again it's Handley over the top of the ball. He's been awarded with a free kick. Gets to his feet quickly. Plays on, goes long into the forward line. Ball gets out the back. Runners required. It's going to be going back there. Jimmel, who will lead in the race for the ball, and unfortunately the ball has gone over the boundary line. So a throw and take place 5 metres beside the behind post. Bellpost still are back into attack.
He's got a transistor in his pocket. He did exactly what I said he should do, and bang, bang, it's down in their forward line twice.
The ball now, this time it's Jimmy Barton doing the ruck bit, but Winchelsea able to bring the ball out of defence. Jack Yates has size for ball, went across. Oh, gee, I thought he had a fair piece of that.
So did I.
And umpire didn't agree. And the ball up will take place right on forward 50.
He did some heavy work to get there.
Yeah. Where did you say? Did you say Williams? Where was he from? Did you say number 2 for Winch? Ball from that ruck contest again. Handley over the top of the ball. It's Williams on hands and knees. Again, ball comes out very quickly, goes into their forward line. Work to be done back there. It's picked up, kicked back towards goal, and Bellpost Hill have their second. And that would be Lockie Wilson as gets his first of the afternoon. And he now levels things up, 2 goals apiece, and 14 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, you're right. It was Lockie Wilson with a beautiful snap, but that was vintage magic by Costello in there. Under pressure, a beautiful handball out to a player running past. And Cozzy, when he's not kicking them, he's giving them away like that. And it doesn't matter if he doesn't kick any. If he gives a feel like that away, it goes all bides well for the Bellpost Hill Panthers.
Umpire has ball in hand now. Up again. Quick start to this one. Ruckman went at it. Terrell and Carter couldn't get the ball out. We'll have another ruck contest in the middle of the round. Ball up again now. Sit down. Couldn't quite on that occasion. It was Williams. And no, he's been given awarded the free kick. So now, Amble, kick forwards, inside forward 54. Bellpost still over the top. Still an opportunity as the ball hits the deck. St. Jonas there. Oh, it might be. Oh, that inside. Beautifully done on that occasion. It was from Lockie Wilson. Lowered the eyes. Didn't swing back on the left boot. He had every right to. Found a player in space, which is Andrew Casey. So he'll go back, have a look for his first goal of the afternoon. No more than 30 metres out directly in front. Last time I said that, the player kicked it out of bounds on the full. So we'll see how Casey goes on this occasion. Kick Bellpost Hill's third goal. Yeah, no worries at all. He kicks it. So 3 straight. Bellpost Hill to 2 straight. They lead by a goal over Winchelsea at the moment. We have gone 16 minutes on this first quarter Buckley's Entertainment scoreboard.
Geez, they're a bit slow out of the blocks, the Panthers, but they haven't mucked around ever since then. And even though it looks a magnificent score, we're not 3 straight to 2 straight. But don't forget, Winchelsea have had 2 shots within 30 metres. One didn't make the distance, one out of bounds on the full. So good kicking by Belpost Hill. And I tell you what, they haven't been close. They've been through the middle, every single one of them. I asked them for more goals before the game, and maybe today that's what they're going to give us.
So we're going back with the umpire, middle of the ground. Carter, Tyrrell back in there doing some ruck work. This time Tyrrell wins it down, goes to Cassidy, kicked off the ground, goes back, and again, it's going to be cleared. I thought it was going to be cleared out of there, but now players around the contest umpire will call for it back.
I think the Belpost Hill bloke jumped forward a bit of a dive, and the umpire didn't fall for it. So well done, ump.
I've been Handley again, I think, on the ball. So again, umpire with the ball and throws it up. Carter just a little tap down, goes towards Yates. Can't pick up clean possession, but it's cleared away by Williams. Back into the hands of Cassidy. Goes into their half-forward line out in front. Mark not taken out there by Primer. Ball comes to the ground. It's cleaned up. Kicked back into their forward line by Carter. Now it's going to be on ground level. Picked up there. Bannister gets the ball. Goes back towards Vento and puts his team under a little bit of pressure there. I don't know whether they had prior opportunity. Umpire's called the ball to be played on. Primer again picks the ball up, but it's smothered off his boot and it goes over the boundary line. So on half-forward line, far side of the ground. Highway side of the ground, it's going to be a ball up. Umpire now throws that back in from the far side. Carter was in front, and a free kick's been awarded. I think it's going to go to hit that player, and it's Carter of Belpost Hill, the recipient. Wants to give the handball away. Probably be better advised just to kick the ball long, and he's going to go that way now. Goes long into the half towards centre wing. Mark's taken out there by Barton. Cossey's just come onto the ground. He's made space and he's heading straight back towards goal. Races on. Just has to get a clean bounce here. Good interchange there. Costello straight into goal and he kicks it first. And the fourth now for Belpost Hill. They are 4 straight. They lead Winchelsea on 2 straight. Buckers Entertainment Centre, we have gone 18 minutes.
Well, they've got to watch that Winchelsea boys. I don't know what the coach can do about that, but they would have seen him come on from there, but they're a long way away. But I tell you now, he thoroughly deserved that goal, Costello. Not because he runs so hard.
Because he threw you a lolly.
Because he threw me a purple snake on the way out. So you deserved it, Cosy. Well done, son.
I'm going to ask him where's mine next time.
Yeah, great to see. You want to throw it
There's a big box down there.
Yeah, I know
there is. The box soon.
I know there is. So you deserved that immensely, Cosy. Well done, son.
Saw a player go down as well. Lockie Wilson on the far side of the ground.
You all right?
Check him out, but he's okay. He's back on his feet now as the ball's pulled up again now. Winchelsea are going to win this clearance. Parrish is going to get the ball going forward. Coming out, Flaccavento does really well. Kicks out into space. Opportunities. Wayne Jones didn't gather the ball. He can. He did pretty well. Now both players are holding each other.
No, it's got to go to Winch, doesn't it? No, it's
I thought both players hold each other. They're going to take the advantage. Copy inside the forward 50, and Costello takes the mark. They're all expecting the ball to come back. Copy sent the ball forward. Probably wasn't the intended target, Costello, but he ends up taking the mark. Another shot from 50 metres out.
I was sure that Wayne Jones threw that fella to the ground. Sure of it.
I think they had a hold of each other, and that occasion...
They did originally, but then the Winch bloke let go, and Jones threw it to the ground.
So Costello now, after Winchelsea had a hot start kicking the first 2, this will be 5 in a row for Belpost Hill, and Costello second from 50. Looks pretty good off the very...
Look at that.
And Costello racing to go with it. Belpost Hill are 5 straight 30 to 2 straight 12. They are leading Winchelsea. We have gone 20 minutes in this first quarter, brought to you by Buckers Entertainment.
4 last week, 2 in the first quarter, but again, good football from down the ground, and they're going into their forward line really, really well. And as I said before, they haven't kicked enough goals because I don't think they've been going into their forward line as well as they'd have liked to. Well, they bloody well have today because they're given every opportunity to their forwards every time they go in. And that's what football's all about.
So back with the umpire in the middle of the ground once more. Ball thrown up again. This time it's Terrell gets the ball down, but Whitney intercepts the ball, goes by hand, and it's going to be picked up by Cassidy. He's looking for some running options, has one out wide. He will use that player now, and Walsh little chip up over towards centre wing, but it's going to be chipped off. Chirkop, it is slides in, takes a mark, quick play forward, finds Casey, handballs inside, goes in now, and the kick is long by Handley. He goes straight through. So David Handley has his second goal of the afternoon. Now the 6th for Belpost Hill. They are 6 straight. Winchelsea 2 straight. Buckers Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 21 minutes gone.
Wow, that's a beautiful goal. It's come from a long, long way out. But you just see the rise in confidence of every single Belpost Steel player on the ground, and Hanley all of a sudden puts his name up as a contender for the Connectel. Yes, that's right, Connectel goal of the day.
I think we deserve this score as well after what we saw last week. So back in the middle now. Carter gets the ball down. Parrish wins the ball out. Cassidy variety on that occasion. He gives the handball out to Williams. Williams kick to the far side. Highway side of the ground now. True centre wing. Ball in congestion. It's a good tackle on that occasion from the previous goal kicker in Handley, and we'll have a stoppage. Yet to have a minor score in this one. Ball up again now. Terrell versus Carter. Carter wins that out, wins the clearance. Now they're going forward again. Zane Jones gets not a great kick, couldn't quite. Although Casey coming through, he might have been caught high. Kept running with Zane Jones, gets the handball out. Now an opportunity. They're going to go inside forward. 50 sliding, couldn't quite. Was Barton. Now an opportunity for Winchelsea to go through the middle of the ground. They're going to be clean here. They
They're
weren't.
not.
They're going to go back the other way now through Martin and find a target in Whitney. Where he's 50 metres out.
He reckons he can get the distance, Dylan.
You have to kick at 55. What do you think, Rob?
Well, early in the game, I give him a chance. Late in the game, his legs might get a bit tired, but early, I know he is a lovely kick normally, so early in the game, yeah, I give him a chance. I'd give Caleb Basley a better chance, but he's not out there.
I don't know what I'm doing with my votes today, Grub.
Oh, no, how are you going to give your votes?
So the kick, their seventh goal, gives it a ride. It's not going to make the journey. Costello couldn't quite. The ball is parried. For the first, a minor score of the day. Belpost still 6-1, 37 to Winchelsea, 2 goals straight to 12. And we have gone 23 minutes in this first quarter, brought to our Buckers Entertainment.
Who's kicking the ball in? Mank.
No, it's not.
Yeah, we asked.
Yes, it is. He goes short. The mark
No, it's
takes
not.
it out there. Walsh has the ball. He goes back to Mank and he runs the ball from the half back line. Kicks out towards centre wing. Who's going to lead in the race with the ball? It's going to be Belpost Hill. Picked up by Martin. Got the handball over the top. That was nicely weighted. In now Jones on the left boot. That kick didn't come off the boot too well, but it's going to fall into the forward pocket and out of bounce. And it will be a throw in 20 metres around from the behind post.
So I was told it was Mank.
It's
And
Mank.
then we asked, and they said Marnick. Yeah, they did say Marnicky on the something like that. We asked the Winchelsea players.
No, it's
Thank
not.
you. So I was right then.
You were right all along.
Yeah.
And then you go and call it.
Well, he told me that. Well,
I was listening to Archie.
well, I'm not
silly.
silly again. Ball in the ruck contest now comes out, and it's going to be. I thought it was going to be cleared away, but it's players' numbers around the contest. Umpire's going to call for a back. So forward pocket area again. Terrell's down there doing the ruck work. Belpost till Timmy Barton does it. This time he just taps the ball back into the centre corridor. It's picked up. Marnicky, that's better now. I feel much happier now. Ball from the half back line. That's a good mark out there. I reckon that might be Tommy Bryans that's taken that just outside 50. Kicks the ball. That was a wobbler going forward. In front, mark not taken there. It's going to be Coffey that tried to rove the front of the contest. Ball still kept alive. It's Walsh pushes outside the contest. This time it's going to be held up. No, actually the player got out of the contest, kicked back towards goal. And that has gone through for a minor score. And the player there was Jed Saunders. So Belpost Hill now 6-2. Winchelsea 2 straight goals. And 25 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre first quarter scoreboard.
Here he is. Lee Marnicky. It's going to go along down the line out towards us. It's not a bad kick. Gets over the top. Carter couldn't go the ball in. Gets the ball out. It should be holding the ball from Carter. It is. So Winchelsea win the ball just in front of the Belpost Steel and Change bench between half-back and centre wing. Cassidy Parrish in the middle of the ground. He's not going to go in that direction. Player in question is Bolt. Just goes down the line. Ball hits the deck. Now opportunity still for Winchelsea. Now coming through. That was really well done by Martin on that occasion. They get the handball out. Now a snap kick around the corner from Brasure, and that was smothered. It was really well done from Williams. Kept the ball in. Prima couldn't gather the ball, and Joe Hickey, it might be, saw the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in. That's 60 metres out from Winchelsea goal. Kicked their first 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of the game. They haven't gone forward too much since. So ball down now. Parrish coming through. Couldn't get their hands out. We'll have another stoppage. 50 metres out from the Winchelsea goal. Ruckman today is Jack Terrell for Winchelsea.
And hasn't done too bad a job so far.
So ball down
Ghost.
now. Campbell over the top, couldn't quite. And now we'll have another stoppage. So they got the ball out eventually, just took a bit too long. Up again now, 50 metres from goal. Carter gets the ball down. Might have been there, couldn't quite get it out. Sam should be there as well. Parrish comes through. Very highly contested game at the moment. We'll have another stoppage. So 50 metres out from the Winchelsea goal. Parrish just wiped his head, might have been blood. So up again now. Carter gets the ball into space. Whitney gathers the ball. Quick hands. Miss Coffey, though. Not his best, Whitney. Now the kick forward on that occasion from Carver. It's going to go down the line. Ball hits the deck now. Primus there as well. Bannister did really well. He handballs it into the path of his teammate. They're going to go forward now. Now Godwin, can he gather the ball? He's got some pace, although he was beaten on the outer side. It was really well done from Adams. They're going to go inside the forward 50 here. Winchelsea, Parrish just over his head. Can he run back and gather the ball? He can now. Around the corner. Parrish kicks a spectacular no to there. Oh, just to the goal line.
Get it right, would you?
Quite. And now the tackle. And I thought it was going through for all money.
Caught in the breeze.
It did. So
It was never going to be a goal.
we'll have
What are you talking about?
We'll have a stoppage now. 10 metres out. Terrell gets the ball down. Couldn't quite get the ball out now. We'll have another stoppage. It looks like the whistle goes. So it's happened a couple of times now. The ball just spills out as the whistle. It's a very contested game of football. High pressure at the moment. Carter, the smart tap over the top. Got the ball down to Handley. Handley gets caught. The umpire says no prior opportunity. So I have another stoppage here. No more than 10 metres out.
Free kick's been given. What's that for?
See, Grub?
No, I can't see in that pocket.
So,
I think I'll stay out here all day. I can see the whole
So-
ground from out there.
so free kick has gone to Primo. He's already kicked one, and Winchelsea goes out saying, need this goal.
Well, it brings them back a little bit on a more even keel, doesn't
So Primo around the corner goes the snap.
it?
And it goes through for a minor score. It will be their first minor score for the day. 6-2-38. Goalpost still to 2-1-13. Which we've gone 28 minutes in this first quarter. Brought to you by Bucks Entertainment.
Only
Really?
first quarter, but they really needed it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Willie Kearns now is bringing the ball in. Club room side of the ground he goes. Yates is going to be the player in front. Ball out the back. Ends up out there in the hands of Purnell. Kicks around the body. Unfortunately, I don't know whether that's got the right look at it because it's gone over the boundary line of the pool. Free kick will go to Winchelsea. And then Curvis brings the ball back inside. Mark will be taken out there. Mumberson on centre wing. Short kick along the boundary line. I don't reckon that kick was much good either, I don't think. It's out of bounds in the pool. Indicated that way.
You just can't afford kicks like that.
Turn the ball over. Puts a bit of pressure on. I can't even see who's got the ball now. So it's going back to,
For Shuren.
is it?
And then he kicked back inside and he's kicking now.
Geez, the bloke hasn't parked the van that well today, Smithy.
No, it was going to get cut a little bit off there, mate. So ball goes
Yeah.
back around the boundary line over the top. Ball. No, it was a good mark out there. I would have made
know
that. Yes.
Front on contact, whatever you want.
And Curvis took the mark, so he'll be
Tell you what,
handed the ball back.
Yates made him earn it, though, didn't he? And that's what football's all about.
So then Curvis now, ball on his 5 centre wing, goes back to where the ball came from. James couldn't take the mark. Again, Godwin looks like he's going to approach the ball first. Couldn't force his way through the contest. Umpire sees it as we do here. No prior opportunity. Ball up will take place. Just on about 30 minutes of play in this first quarter. Ruck contest again. Maybe Terrell gets the ball down. Yates tries to force his way through the contest, wills himself to it and picks the ball up now. Got the handball inside. Needs a teammate to support. But again, the ball's underneath players. Umpire, I don't think he had any other choice there but to ball it up.
No one dragged it in.
Bruce in a wing. Bolsh looks like he's only 15 years of age. Only a little fella.
Who?
Bolsh. Number 33 for Winchelsea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So the ball comes from that contest. And again, it's not going to clear the players. The umpire's going to ask for it back. Bruce will do the duty there and hand the ball back to the umpire. So again, another ball up, similar position. This time Carter back towards the boundary line, picked up there by Handley. He goes back into their forward line. Godwin's now playing up forward. Ball gets through the contest. Huff will be happy enough to see the ball over the boundary line, and the throw will take place 20 metres around. So, as I said, we've gone 31 minutes in this quarter. It is 6-2 to Bellpost Hill, 2-1 Winchelsea.
It will be a longer quarter with the amount of goals kicked, stoppages. So, ball back in now. Terrell's Barton on that occasion. Ball hits the deck. In and under on that occasion was Hanley. He couldn't get the ball out. And the umpires wants to have another stoppage. So, 50 metres out from the Bellpost Hill goals now.
A few Purnell. Do we know much about him?
No. I think he was here last year, I think.
Okay.
So ball up again now. Yates couldn't cover that one. Hickey comes through. He's had a good start. Kicks to the teeth. The Gulsgate couldn't quite. Still an opportunity. Zane Jones is there. Ball gets handballed over the goal line. So it'll just be a minor score. So 6-3-39 Valpost Hill. Now to 2-1-13. 31 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter. And Marnicky has the ball for Winchelsea. It's going to go out to the highway side of the ground, runs his full measure and kicks long. There's a good kick out in front. No, couldn't quite get there. It was a good pick up on that occasion from Mumberson. Tried to turn his man inside out and then down the line. Primus there, though he couldn't quite take it because the mark is taken by Cherkop. But Cherkop has the ball true centre wing, far side of the ground. He's going to send Valpost Hill inside the forward 50. Can someone fly? Gets over the top. Barton's there. He can gather the ball coming through, though. Handball over the top. They'll figure something out here. Valpost Hill. It's a good tackle, and the siren goes. 4 quarter time. Maybe a goal gone begging there for Valpost Hill, but they'll be happy with the fast start. 6-3-39 to 2-1-13. That Valpost still leading Winchelsea, and that quarter went for 32 minutes thanks to Bucks Entertainment.
Goal kickers Handley with 2, Costello 2, Wilson and Casey 1 each, and for the Winchelsea side, Gould and Premier their goal kickers. Take a short break, come back, you're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
I want 19. Inverleigh 11 to Geelong West 15, as you just mentioned.
So we've got some closies.
Yep.
Well, that's what we want.
Well, you don't want blowouts, not this early in the game,
No.
do we, Grub? So
No, well, I thought we were going to have a blowout in the first 2 minutes here because Winchelsea started off like they were playing their grand final. They kicked 2 beautiful goals. They missed 2 easy ones. Could have been 4 goals before Belpost Hill had scored. And I sat here starting to wonder what's going on here. Where's their form gone from last week against North? And all of a sudden they banged on 6, and I thought, hello, there it is. It came straight back, and because they got the ball out of the centre, they put the ball into the forward line really, really well. They gave all of their forwards every opportunity. Even if they didn't hit them on the chest, they kicked it to forwards' advantage. And I thought their last probably 18, 19 minutes was as good as I've seen them play. They were really, really good. You had early Flacavento down back was good. Manly played a really good quarter. He's going to be a good player, as I said. Costello's dangerous down there. Kicked 2 and give another one away. So he's contributed to half of their goals. Whitney done his best. Kerins again. Carter probably winning in the ruck, but a great battle. Wilson, he's always dangerous down there. I like Casey. I haven't seen much of Andrew Casey, but I thought he played a good quarter. The bloke I like, he didn't do a hell of a lot down forward, but he moves well. A kid by the name of Banjo Hickey.
I was just about to mention that to you, He came from Lara last year.
He got in and out of a couple of packs with real ease, which only, class players can do. But as I say, Winch on the other hand, they started off brilliantly, and they kicked their first 2. They just had to kick those other 2. And that would have put more pressure back on the Panthers if they had 4 straight. But early in the quarter, the 2 Parish boys, Indy and Cassidy, were fantastic. And because Winch couldn't get the footy, they lost their advantage a little bit, and they sort of went out a bit. Mumberson was all right. Brimmer looks dangerous. Probably should have kicked an extra goal that he didn't kick. Should have kicked that one. And I'm going to give Carroll a bit of a mention because I think he might not quite be winning the ruck, but he's putting up a really good performance against a really good player in Brock Carter.
You spoke about one of those kicks, Grub. That kicked around the body. We see that even at AFL level now. Sometimes they don't even make the distance. Surely a coach has got to stand up and say that, as I said, I know the percentages increase if you do that sort of stuff, but if you're a good kick for goal, why wouldn't you just line up and kick the ball normally? At least you know you're going to get the distance, give yourself half a chance.
Well, for a start, if I'm coaching, the first thing I do is say, right, if you want to go around the corner and kick around the corner, that's fine by you, right? But it cannot be more than 25 out. AG, otherwise that happens. You must make the distance. So anything within 25, do it. Other than that, do what you say. Go back and have a shot at goal where you know you're going to get the distance. If you miss, you miss.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, if you miss, well, people miss. But if you don't make the distance, it looks all the more unprofessional.
Did you ever kick around the body, Arch?
No.
Well, the thing is, you've got to get a kick to do that.
Good for me, Grub.
Oh, I would love to play on him, Smithy.
Stevie J was really one of the first to do that, start that stuff, wasn't he, or Millie?
Yeah, but you're talking about a bloke with more skills than most players will ever have in their life, And all these players do it now. They're AFL players with a lot of skill. You can copy some things these blokes do, but you can't copy all of them because you haven't got the talent.
They're also practicing it every single day.
That's right.
That's the difference.
And it don't matter. These blokes can practice it too, but you just haven't got the talent that AFL footballers have got.
Surely they've got no limitations. That's my thing.
Well, I've watched Werribee in the VFL and blokes do it, and they're not as successful. So even at that level, you still need that extra talent as well.
So we're back in here. Second quarter is underway. Carter doing the ruck work. Also, Chuloka, both players had it. Parish to Parish there. Cassidy to Finn, but it turned over in the hands of Whitney under their half-forward line. Casey comes out, can't take the mark. Ball now hits the ground, kick forward once again there. And it's Handley that turned it kicked the ball forward, but don't nearly as high as it did, though. And the ball's going to be picked up by Gemmell, goes out the back door into the hands of Walsh, wants to come across the ground. That's going to be dangerous. Shercock read that nicely off the boot, comes in and takes the mark. Her lead going forward. That's a nice kick out.
Beautiful.
And that was well positioned. Good lead from the player up forward. And was that player we spoke about earlier, Dixon, I reckon, that's come out. And
that's him, all right.
He's about 35 out, I reckon, probably 40 metres out. And if he hits left-hand post, lets the breeze do the work, gives himself a great opportunity.
Geez, there was a thing on the Belpost Hill page, your favourite ever player. Who do you reckon Riley Dixon's favourite player was?
At Belpost Hill?
Yeah.
Himself?
No.
Oh.
Number 39, Justin Tarr.
Oh, there we go. Yes, that's a nice kick off the boot. It's going to float with the breeze, won't make the distance, land in the goal square. Players had their hands on the ball with the mark paid. Umpire said no. It's going to be a ball up, I think, right at the top of the goal square there. Cassidy Parrish was a player that had hands in ball.
Didn't quite hold it long enough.
Brought it to ground, I thought. Barton tries to kick one off the ground there, runs back towards the goal square, and now it will run through for a minor score. So Belpost still quickly now to 6-4. Winchelsea on 2 goals, 1. And the Elders Insurance second quarter, we've gone just on 2 minutes.
So Winchelsea to kick out of fullback now. Going to come Clubridge side of the ground. It's a bit of a grubber. Carter should take this mark. Goes back to the flight. Ball comes to ground. Yates gets a handball out now inside forward 50. Ryan's got it forward. And a good mark. Taken.
Saunders, is it? No, yes.
Yes, it is. Jed Saunders. He was waiting for the body contact. He's going to play on quickly. Oh, and the kick wasn't well directed. But luckily, the player had enough time.
Yeah, made it good.
Yeah, he had enough time to recorrect and takes the mark. And probably poor defence by Winchelsea. They'll be a little bit disappointed with that.
Well, it took a good player to do that, and this kid is a good player. Don't worry about that. Handley, he's a good kid.
Handley for his third goal. Is that right, Smithy? He kicks it.
Will be.
From 40 metres out. Pretty much directly in front. He's kicked it into the man of the mark. Cassidy Parrish has the ball now. He was caught. Umpire says holding the ball. I'll have another opportunity here. Belpost still, and it's going to be Dylan Whitney.
You give a kid a rap, and that's what he does. He's kicked it in the man on the mark.
Must be something to do with that end, because we've seen some shocking
Shock
kicks.
at that end we have, yeah. At this end, it's been beautiful.
So Dylan Whitney now.
Is the wind stronger than we think?
Which way is the wind going?
Well, that way.
Yeah.
But I didn't think there was a great deal, but it might be.
So a kick. Belpost still 7th goal. First of the day. No problems at all. He kicks his first. Belpost still 7-4-46 to 2-1-13. They've got a commanding lead on Winchelsea now. We have gone 3 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
That's one that Winch really didn't need. If they have got that breeze now, at 7-4 to 2-1, they just need to kick 2 or 3 in a row now. Because it's strange how things get away from you. They're about 5 or 6 straight at one stage, Belpost. You'll think, how good is this? And all of a sudden, they were 6-4. So the points creep in pretty quickly, don't they? So you really got to make every opportunity count.
Back with the umpire in the middle. Restarts play. Carter this time gets the ball down. Yates runs onto it, got the handball away. Sherkup did nicely through the contest, goes into the half-forward line. Bart comes out, chest mark. Just outside range, spins and goes long into their forward line. Costello out in front. Good spoil from behind there. Ball being followed up there by Costello. Picked the ball up, got the handball outside the back. Moves towards Jones. Umpire said he flipped it up, did he? So it must have been a throw. Or it's have been called. And
Hey, what the?
Huff with the ball.
Barton knew where Costello was going to be, though, didn't he?
Yes. He brings the ball back inside, goes towards Parrish. Dangerous kick, but it's worked okay.
So far. They've still got to get themselves out of there.
The next kick's the important one. Goes long out towards centre wing. Mark not taking it there, but there's a hole there. So it's going to go back to Belpost Hill. Parrish it might have been. So back in the hands of Cassidy Parrish. Kicking again, not well. He's looking for his brother. Actually, it couldn't have been him because there's Spin Parrish there. Kicks long, goes towards goal. Bounce of the ball, important. Faces on. Sherkop first to get to the ball. Did that very, very well. Defended nicely. Now switches back to this side of the ground. Mark will be taken out. Well, it wasn't taken by Hickey because it didn't get to him on the full. Moves the ball around the boundary line. That's Goose. And the mark has been taken there by Vashurin. Again, they play that possession football. They go back towards Barton this time. He takes the mark. Again, he spins and goes. Kicks around the boundary line. Another nicely weighted kick. And the mark has been taken by Jones. If he had fallen over, it must have been the
probably should have fell over.
Yeah. So he picks up now Jones and goes long into their forward line coming out. Good intercept mark taken out there. Jebel slips in and takes the mark. Half back line for the Winchelsea side. Not too sure, a little bit confused and decides to go across the ground. That will work okay. Player in space out the far side of the ground. Runs now and carries. Has a second bounce. Gets outside 50. Kicks towards centre wing. Again, Barton intercepts the mark. Read it nicely off the boot. And able to put Belpost Hill back into attack. So he's just attacking side of centre wing. He's got a player outside him. Not too sure that that'd be the better option. Towards centre half forward he goes. Yates in space by himself. And he takes the mark. So they're just now one good kick before they get to a shot at goal. Ball is put in the air. going back. Mark not taken. Does come out the back. Handball goes off. Missed his teammate there, but Jones is able to run onto the ball. Got the handball back inside. Again, it was intercepted once again.
Well, they run into each other, the two Belpost Hill boys. They both wanted it dearly.
Winchelsea have been able to defend that pretty nicely there. Hold things up about 35 to 40 metres out from goal. Terrell taps the ball on the outside there. Picked up by Casey. Left boot goes back towards the goal square. Costello had a crack at it, but it's going to be walked through. Not yet. It's going to be delivered outside there by Walsh.
Oh, no.
Ball kick. And Timmy Barton has taken the mark inside range, and he can go back and look at his first goal of the afternoon.
Geez, a good player, Walsh, but that's about the second or third time he's put it down a Belpost Hill player's throat. So
he's starting to feel the ball. I don't reckon it's got wind in it because there's a lot of players not kicking it well.
they're not kicking it well, are they?
Could have walked it over the goal line as well.
Yeah, it might have been the safer option. So Timmy Barton definitely within range here. 40 metres. He will need to kick this ball into a bit of a breeze, as we've seen. So,
well, no one else has had that much success with it.
We'll have a first look at it. So Timmy Barton kicks that goal. Distance not a problem. Accuracy also not a problem.
Nothing wrong with the ball
head. And they now have their eighth. They moved to 8-4. Belpost Hill 2-1. Winchelsea Elders Insurance scoreboard. We have gone 7 minutes.
Whether you got the wind, whether you haven't got the wind, every time you have a shot at goal, you kick through it, well, as if you're going to kick it as far as you can. And that's exactly what he did. Didn't worry about little chipping and guiding. He kicked through it, but went straight through the middle. And he's the first bloke that's kicked the ball beautifully up that end of the ground. Experience, yes, but that's the way he's been taught. And that's one that's going to hurt Winchelsea so bad. 6 goals down halfway, well, not even halfway through the second quarter. They need to take some opportunities now and kick a couple of goals with this Bruce.
Danger signs for the Blues. The ball comes down out. Terrell wins the ball out. And they're going to go forward through Parrish. He wins the clearance, trying to go to his brother. Can he trap the ball? He tries to, not quite on that occasion. It was Finlay Parrish, and there's a tackle wrapped up, trying to wrap up Vashurin. Ball pops out. Godwin in there as well. And Parrish in there as well, trying to get the ball out. Couldn't quite. Ends up with Williams. He'll get wrapped up. So 50 metres out from Winchelsea goal, and they need the next one, especially
what they need, Arch, is the other Parrish.
Dude, you're right. So the ball comes down, ends up with Banjo Hickey. We're impressive his game. He takes his bounce, it arcs his back. Now kicks into the middle of the ground. Dangerous position for the ball. Good hands over the top. It was, though the ball was turned over. Just a little bit slick from Cook. And then the ball was turned over. So we'll have a stoppage close enough to the middle of the ground. I reckon Darcy would help quite a bit out there at the moment, Grub. So Terrell with Carter. Terrell's done a pretty good job against Carter. Ball goes forward. Hickey again. It was up and under kick. Button there. He couldn't quite get the ball over the top. Gemel was there as well. He couldn't quite get it. Hickey involved again to copy to the pocket. Just a little bit too much on it. Couldn't find his forward. Costello comes through. Handball kick back inside. They've had a whistle. And it's going to be called a throw. So it's going to go the way of Winchelsea. It's nearly an opportunity on that occasion for Dixon. He was in the pocket alone. Kick just had a little bit too much on it. So now a short kick to Cassidy Parrish, and he goes to Gemel. And now he drops the ball. The umpire is not going to fall for that. And it's not going to be made a penalty. So he's going to go to the highway side of the ground now. He finds a teammate. That was Adams. So Adams takes one bounce. Now, short chip kick, not his best. He might get the handball back. He does. He keeps running Adams. Now he's going to send Winchelsea inside the forward 50. Opportunity for Gould. Ball gets over the back. And we'll have a ball in. 25 metres out from Winchelsea goal. 8-4, 52 to 2-1, 13. We have gone just on 10 minutes. In this second quarter, it's a close matchup. Ball back in now. It's the deck. Now Cassidy Parrish. Sells the candy. Has a shot now. It's the goal line. He couldn't quite. Bannister couldn't get there, and the ball is signalled for out of bounds on the full. So it's going to go the way of Bannister.
Just going to fetch his own ball here underneath the scoreboard. Able to retrieve it. And from beside the behind post will bring Belpost Hill back into play. So Bannister now We'll look towards Carter, you would think. Ball is kicked out. Jones leads in the row. Is he underneath the ball? Oh, actually, I wouldn't have paid that because it was definitely touched by Rouget, I would have thought. But umpire said that's okay.
Well, from where the umpire was, he's got to pay it. You can't really tell how many hands are on it, I don't think. Oh, I don't mind that.
So
I
Jones
think
now.
you're right, though.
Yep, little chip inside. That was okay. Finds Coffey. Wanted to go across the ground now. He's got to put a bit of pressure on himself. He's got a short option to Bannister. Now he can go over the top. That's the player he's first looking for. And out there, the mark has been taken. And it's going to be run forward there by Martin. Comes back inside. Another nice kick. Flacabento comes up at it. And he takes the mark. Again, they go round the boundary line. Barton's up in front. Had 2 goes at it. And he completes the mark. Looks back inside. He's got Yates in some space by himself. Gee, they play this possession game very, very well, Belpo still, and no chance for the ball to be turned over. Mark is taken, and this time by Dixon. He's outside range, so he decides to go quickly into the forward line. Whitney can swing on the left boot, kick back towards goal, and I think that is a beautiful finish. Little Whitney, he gets his second goal of the afternoon, the 9th for Belpo still. They are 9-4. Winchelsea 2 goals, 1, and we have gone 12 minutes. Elders Insurance, second quarter.
I reckon we saw over the last couple of weeks sides that switch, but there's nobody to switch it to. Belpost Hill, he looked first, but then he had the switch and he got the loose man going. But I tell you what, for a big bloke, Barton's skills were just perfect. Well, it's a beautiful kick, and away they went. The last kick wasn't great, but it don't matter when Dylan Whitney's on the end of it on that left boot because he'll snag them most of the time. So that was just beautiful football from the Panthers.
So ball up again now. Carter got the ball down. Occasion. Well, it's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Yates. So Yates wins the clearance for Valpo still. Kicks at the path of Dixon. He flies and takes the mark.
Look, he makes that mark look easy.
Now he's going to give the hands to Godwin from 50. Kick another goal. Costello shepherded through. The kick there, 9. 9-4, 58 to 2-1, 13 now. Godwin kicks that goal. We have gone 13 minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, I tell you, when you're sitting back here and see that mark, it's, all right, he's got his hands up and he marked it, but he just got to a high ball at exactly the right time that you got to get to it. He leapt and he got it there. It made it look easy because he was so good at doing that. And rather than go back and rest on his laurels, do the team thing, get it in there, another goal, and I tell you what, this game's nearly over if Winch don't get a move on.
Yeah, no, they're definitely putting the foot to the pedal now. So ball this time again, tap forward to their half-forward line. Coffey come out, couldn't pick the ball up, goes towards Handley. He didn't also. Kieran's had it. He lost it. Rouget sits there over the top of the ball. Now it's worked through. Coffey, Parrish got the handle over to say one to the other. And now from that centre wing position through Sampi, they go long into their forward line. Kick probably wasn't the best of kick coming off the boot, but it's been made good out there. The mark taken by Primer. Left foot, I think, on the right side, so he can definitely have a good look at the goals from here. And Parrish asking for the ball.
Well, when you really need a goal, a bloke that's kicked 14 or 15 for the year, let him have the crack.
Yep. This is a matter of kicking to the left-hand post, I reckon. Again, a bit of an elevation there for the Breeze to grab hold.
I don't reckon he's going to kick it with his left foot.
No, he must be. He's right. That's a nice looking kick off the boot, but again, just left a little bit short and through for a minor score. So his scoreboard now reads 1-2. Winchelsea are 2-2. They trail Belpo still on 10-4. Elders Insurance, and we have gone 14 minutes.
Ben Maloney's got some thinking to do now. So all comes out to the broadcast side of the ground. And they do find the target on that occasion in Chercup. So Chercup, go further. Whitney's got to beat 2. Can he do it? He does. Of course he does.
And
through centre wing. Now to Costello, who not his best kick. And that will be the lasso. So the ball will be turned over.
How good was that? You know, yeah, they're getting older, some of those blokes, but they can still perform some really, really good footy.
So Jamil into the middle of the ground. It was a good kick. He finds Walsh. Walsh, they're going to go to full ground switch here. He finds his teammate in the first side, Carver. Carver looks inside, sells himself in a little bit of trouble, had a man out wider though. So now they're going to go approach the 50, and the mark was dropped on that occasion by James. Ball hits the deck, punched out of there by Bannister. running after it. Might be Cherkop. If he can get there, he can't, as Carver sees the ball over the boundary line, so we will have a ball win.
So if he punches that out and it just rolls out, does that last?
No.
It's not.
Unless it's deemed insufficient attempt to keep the ball in.
So,
or deliberate.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Right. So you have to kick it or handball.
Yeah.
It's got to be a football skill. That's not. I don't know. That's classified as a football skill.
So ball back in now. It's ball in between halfback and
good.
true centre wing. So back to Godwin now. He's going to go kick forward. It's good mark taken on that occasion by Zane Jones. So Zane Jones has it. Has Cherkop in the middle of the ground. He wants to use him. And so he has Handley. It's going to go further afield and find Coffey. Collected Brian Williams on the way through as well. So now Coffey has Casey down the line if he wants him. So we'll look further afield. Need someone to fly at this one. The ball looks like Barton is paid. So Barton has the ball now. About 65 metres out. Lowers his eyes and finds Carter. Possession football from Valpo still is good to watch. Winchelsea, Ben Maloney have no answer for it at the moment. It's be an opportunity to kick their 11th goal and their 11th in a row without Winchelsea kicking one. So from Carter now.
Can the ruckman kick?
No more than 30 metres out. It's a pretty relaxed approach. And he's kicked it.
You bet he can.
11-4, 70 to 2-2-14. We have gone 18 minutes in this second quarter, brought to you by Elders Insurance.
Again, they've got them out of the centre to kick goals. They've come off the back flank. They're just kicking them from everywhere because of their field kicking has been brilliant. And again, the big fella, I tell you, I haven't seen Tim Barton play with this intensity, with pace, and with that. He's obviously been injured a lot. Have a look at him today. Every time he gets it, there's a big purpose to what he's doing. And he's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic because it's been him that's got the last few goals. So I love the way they play.
Back in the middle of the ground once again. This time, both ruckman, ball comes out. Whitney tries to work his way through. Handball goes off to Handley. Handley now into the half-forward line. What did the umpire say? It was a throw.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so it's going to go back to the middle of the ground, and Cassidy Parrish will be the recipient of the free kick. So right beside the centre circle now, he kicks the ball, goes half into the half-forward line mark, taken out there. Player swings and goes. That's Adams on the left boot into their forward line. That's a nicely weighted kick. Good spoil from behind there by Godwin. Picked up by Bolt. Goes back inside. Kick didn't hit the target. Picked up Yates. Running player again. Handley goes back outside by Boot. Jones leads in the race for the ball. Couldn't take it cleanly. He's there now to support. Ball goes back towards the boundary line. It won't be kept in. Goes over and will have a throw in. Far side of the ground in between centre wing and half forward for Winchelsea. Umpire now with ball in hand. Terrell down there doing the ruck work, and again Carter out the back. That was nicely read off the contest. Jones manoeuvres his way through the contest, goes back on his right boot, kicks back towards centre wing. Barton's the target. Couldn't take the mark, brings ball to ground though, picked up there by Coffey. Tried to force his way through and agree with that decision. As I said, he didn't get through the other side and didn't release it incorrectly, so free kick going to Winchelsea. On the far side, Marnicky it was, picks the ball up and goes into the half-forward line. Carter didn't take the mark at front of the contest. It's going to be picked up. I reckon that might be Reuben Jones that had that ball, but again, it's coming back through Handley, goes back outside. Player out there was Flacavento up in front, and he had support behind him. He's taken the mark, and in defensive side now of the centre wing, and he goes back to true centre wing. Kick wasn't good off the boot. Mark has been taken there, so Winchelsea an opportunity to transfer play. They do so inside to Finn Parrish, and he goes long outside looking towards Gould. Good spoil there. Cherkop at ground level. Bannister quick to recover. Picks the ball up. Handball goes to Whitney to Cherkop now. Little chip forward. Goes towards his teammate there in Costello. He picks the ball up. Went back to Cherkop. Ball comes out in the tackle. Picked up there by Martin. Had one go at it. Went back and collected it again. Tried to get the handball through the contest. Again, picked up out there by Sampi. He was taken incorrectly, says the umpire, and there's going to be a free kick going back to that player. Actually going to go down the ground. So the free kick is going to go out there to Coverdale. So Coverdale right in the point of the centre square goes into their forward line low and flat. But again, coming out, mark taken there by Dylan Whitney. So Dylan Whitney now on the back pocket or back flank goes outside, and the Handley continues to rack up the numbers now. So he's slowed things down considerably here. Goes a little bit longer now. Over centre wing, Carter up there. Barton brings ball to ground. Carter runs onto it. Got the handball outside to Costello. Did that very nicely. A little quick kick into their forward line. Will go over the boundary line. And that will be, what do they call it? Lasso.
Lasso.
And it's going to be a free kick going back to
exhibition attempt. It was.
The ball's brought back in quickly. They transfer play. They need to keep it going now. Marnicky goes straight up the middle of the ground. Had enough weight on the ball. It puts his team under a little bit of pressure. James able to get the handball away to Finn Parrish and a long kick into their forward line. Brothers out the back in Indy, and he will take the mark. Should go back and kick the goal.
He's got a bloke on his own.
Meters out. Yeah, not from there. Takes his time, goes back and finishes the work completed up the field.
We better kick it.
Has been a goal kicker, and is an opportunity here for his look at his first goal of the afternoon, and a very much needed goal for Winchelsea.
Well, he has to kick this because that bloke was 15 metres clear.
That's why coaches teach you not to.
Let me tell you this:
play.
every single Belpost Hill player would have passed that ball because they played team football.
Parrish in from about 40 metres out,
And there you go.
and pushed it across the face, missed it through for a minor score. 2-3 now to Winchelsea, 11-4 Belpost Hill, and we have gone 22 minutes, Elders Insurance, second quarter.
I agree with you, Grub.
You've
Especially
got
at
to-
this stage in the game.
You've got to play team football. Belpost Hill are playing it, and that wasn't team football.
But Godwin out the broadcast side of the ground. It's a beautiful kick to Carter. Carter now to Vashurin. Vashurin, short chip kick just in front of us, finds Costello. Costello's going to wheel and go as he has all day. It's going to be pinpoint perfect. It wasn't. Now Winchelsea are going to turn the ball over to Cook and then handle over the top from Parrish. It was Indy Finn down the line now. Vashurin should take this mark. Had to go back. It was like he was on a sky ball. He dropped it though. Now the ball stays in. Gould worried him out of it. Now an opportunity for Flacavento. He's going to turn inside. Now Ryans, he's going to go wider. It wasn't a great kick. The ball might go out of bounds. Stays in, and this man's got more space than the first astronauts in. Tanner Martin, he does. Takes his first bounce down, looks up, finds a teammate. It's a beautiful switch. It was Banjo Hickey out there.
Saunders.
It was Saunders. Now he's got to go further to Casey. He couldn't quite. There might have been a push.
He got it
back.
back. Umpire's seen it.
So it was a good spot from the umpire. It was Walsh who did the pushing. So now Casey inside finds his teammate. We're about 70 metres out from goal now. It looks like Zane Jones. Now he might go to the hot spot. He does. Costello's there. Can he take the mark? He couldn't quite. Coming through though. Well defended by Winchelsea. You're going to go down the line. Coming through. Oh, watch out. It's a good mark taken by Parrish. Indy on that occasion. Now the kick wasn't too good, but Vashurin didn't turn around. Now the handball over the top. Trimmer has the ball. He's going to go back 1-2 with Cook. Now inside the forward 50 coming through Brian. As well. It's an open game of football at the moment, end-to-end stuff. So Tanner Martin now down the guts, finds Yates. Yates out wider to Whitney. Highway side of the ground now. They're in their half-back flank. So here you go into the middle of the ground. It should be cut off, and it is on this occasion by Indy Parrish. Now back into the middle of the ground to Finn Parrish. He nearly turned the ball over. Now Cook has it. He's going to handball over the top. Opportunity for Ruben James. He can gather the ball. 1-on-2.
That's a lovely bump.
He stayed. He kept his feet, which was good. Then the ball was turned over again. So Terrence had the ball. He's going to go out wider. Couldn't take the mark on that occasion was Saunders. Now he's going to go try and get his own ball back, Saunders. The ball pops out there as well. Get the ball through was Hurnell now. And this ball was like, it should be a free kick to Belpost Hill because it didn't have the ball, and it is.
So Casey, is it? Yep.
So Casey has the ball, was tackled by Parrish, didn't have it. Wants to give the handball off. Whitney was asking for it. Now he's going to go down the line of Carter. Can Carter take the mark here? It gets over the top. He might end up with it anyway. Cassidy Parrish has the ball now. He's going to go down the guts. Couldn't quite take the mark on that occasion was Terrell. Now Godwin, he usually finds a target. He just goes long. Can Cozzy take the mark? He jumps over the top. He couldn't quite. Ball hits the deck. Now a good tackle. Umpire says play on. Gemel there as well. It's another good tackle. The ball might end up over the boundary line. It doesn't quite. They're going to go towards true centre wing. Umpire says play on, and Ruben James going to get the free kick.
So James, defensive side of centre wing for Winchelsea, club room side of the ground. Running player inside, goes to Finn Parrish now, runs and carries and kicks the ball long into their half-forward line. Didn't give his teammate much of an opportunity there. Flacavento will be the first to arrive back with the ball. Comes back inside, handballs over the top, got some numbers. And they work it from the half-back line. They go back into a change of position, but the runners out the far side. Yates just needs a favourable bounce. Goes outside to Jones as the siren sounds. And at half-time, we'll see Bellpost Hill. They will go in at 11-4-70, 2-3-15 for the Winchelsea side. And goal kickers to this stage of the game. And Bellpost Hill have 2 each to Handley, Costello and Dill Whitney. And 1 in singles to Godwin, Barton, Carter, Wilson and Casey. And for the Winchelsea, the same as at quarter time, Gould and Primer, their goal kickers. Take us to a break, come back, get scores from around the ground. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
Towards Henry Hawker. Here goes the Hawk. It's over the back though. Still there is Rory Hardy. He might have a little dribbler from the boundary line.
Yes.
He does and kicks the goal. And I tell you what, that's probably the connector. Yes, the connector goal of the day. towards Henry Hawker. Here goes the Hawk. It's over the back though. Still there is Rory Harding. He might have a little dribbler from the boundary line.
Yes.
Does and kicks the goal. And I tell you what, that's probably the connecto. Yes, the connecto goal of the day.
Yes, welcome back at half time here. It is Belpost Hill, 11 goals 4. They lead Winchelsea 2 goals 3. Probably didn't see that coming early in the game, but at this stage, the Belpost Hill have taken control. Other scores from around the ground, we have East Geelong 46 leading Anarchy 39. That's a very close game up there, as are most of the others, and I just pushed the wrong button then, so that's not going to make things any easier for us. But we'll try and get them back up in a minute.
I've got them if you want them.
Got them there, yeah, keep going up.
East Geelong 46, Anarchy 39, Thompson 45, Cry 38, Bannockburn 38, Beaumont 42, Inverleigh 44, Geelong West 30.
So the only blowout at this stage of the day is this game here this afternoon.
The one you chose to come to.
And that's all right. Nothing like coming home for a couple of hours, bro.
I'll tell you one big difference. I thought young Terrell did a pretty good job against Brock Carter in the first quarter. But, gee, did he take him apart in that quarter? He was instrumental, the big fella. And when you get it out of the ruck like he's been getting it, it's so hard to come back. He was terrific.
Maybe an instance where that's where Winchelsea might need to change their game instead of trying to be the attacking side. They might just have to play some defensive football until they get their hands on it.
The trouble is they're 9 goals down.
Yep. They're not going to win it if they're running the wrong way, though, Grub. So the ball now up with the umpire, and it is thrown up, coming from that contest, goes back towards centre forward for Winchelsea. But again, Bryant's through the middle of the ground, kicks up, goes to their half-forward line. And it's going to be bred nicely out there. Gemmell had the ball, got the handle away, only just, though. Put his teammates under a little bit of pressure. Coming through there was Cook, but there's been an infringement there, and it's going to go to Winchelsea. And on the half-back line, it's going to be Adams, it looks like. It's going to be the recipient. Was held there by Jimmy Barton. So
who's the bloke on the microphone talking?
Yeah, I don't know. He's pretty knowledgeable. What are you speaking about, though?
A little bit about it.
Gemmell got the ball and goes back towards centre wing. Carter doesn't take the mark coming through. That was Gould. He got released the ball. That was some nice work around the boundary line. He's going to put himself under a little bit of pressure now.
Carter's
and he's going to get run down from behind. And it's going to be a... So the ball's now going back inside, and the mark has been taken there by Coffey. So Coffey now has the ball. Coffey now decides to kick the ball longer to their half-forward line. Barton's out there, Huff with him. Ball gets at the back. Or was it kept inside of play? No, it wasn't. Ball has gone over the boundary line, and we will have a throw-in to take place.
It's a bit nasty.
It's a big break to be hanging over the top.
Oh, I reckon I'll be getting up and taking off like a rabbit. That's what I've been doing. He couldn't get up. That was Jordan Gould.
Yeah, no, I know what I'd be doing too. I would have been tapping out. Ball picked up, Barton round the body, didn't travel too far. Picked up by Yates, got the handball back to Carter. Off a step, puts the ball back into their forward line. Ball bounces, get the back. Costello did nicely, tapped it outside the top. He swings it back towards goal.
No.
He is just off line through for a minor score. Belpost Hill on the board, 11-5 now. 2 goals, 3-2 Winchelsea. And we have ticked on 2 minutes. P&R Foods, third quarter.
They don't come any better than P&R Foods, Smithy.
P&R Foods.
So kicking out is going to be Sam Adams for Winchelsea. It's going to go short, dangerous kick, but Cassidy Parish makes it look better than it was. He has the ball now. He's going to go to his brother, Finlay Parish. He's going to go wide. So he's got some space now. This is Walsh on half back. He's going to take the ball to centre wing and then kick out forward. Parish is there as well. So now they're going to go forwards, a 1-2 with Primer, and then back to him as well. 3 touches in that. Now Finn Parish kept running. Opportunity now. They're going to go inside the forward 50. Oh, it was smothered. It was a brilliant smother on that occasion. I think it was Cherkop. Now the ball's going to end up with Lacavento. He ducked into that tackle. That should be his prior. Umpire says play on. Now caught again. This is relentless pressure from Belpost Hill. And they get the free kick back. Could be 50. No. Umpire says wasn't. So they've got the ball in the half-back flank now. They're going to look to switch they have all day. That's not a very good kick, and it's going to cost them a goal. It does. Just a skill error on that occasion from Belpost Hill. It cost them a goal. I think it was Indy Parish in the end who kicked that. Did you see that, Grub?
Yeah, yep. I only saw it as it come out from my interview.
So 12-4, 76 now. Sorry, 11-4-70 to 3-3-21. And that's the first goal Winchelsea have kicked since the 5-minute mark of the second quarter, or the first quarter. And we have gone 2 minutes in this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
So the board's got 11-5-71.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that is correct.
Right? They got the clock running too there now.
Yeah, they did last quarter too. Look, Belpost still haven't made too many blues for the game, and unfortunately, that was one of them. It was a bit of a birthday
present. Good, the sun's disappeared. Grub, at least you can see the scoreboard now.
Yes.
Back in the middle we go. It's Carter up in the middle, but it's going to be win that by Parish once again. They move it out. So that's Cassidy to Finn. Over the top, the ball goes further afield to James. James in the left boot looking to Indy, and he has come out, and he has taken the mark. So Indy Parish with the ball. 40 metres out from goal. Again, can go back and kick his second in very quick concession. Yep, don't look at me like that, Grub.
Very quick one.
Yeah, you know what I've meant to say.
Concession.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. If you're his age, you got a concession ticket, which could be next Wednesday.
Why's that?
Your birthday next Wednesday?
I can't remember. Been a long time.
71.
So Indy Parish, as I said, has one for the quarter. Has the opportunity here to kick his second. And he steps in now, kicks that goal. They started in the right spot, but it didn't come back anywhere near enough and through for a minor score. So he's 1-2 for the afternoon. And Winchelsea to 3 goals 4. Bellpost still on 11 goals 5, 4.5, almost 5 minutes gone. P&R Foods third quarter.
So to go from fullback now, it was Godwin, who's one of their better kicks usually. Is going to turn this one over. Opportunity for Markey. With his first touches today, goes for the free kick instead of going for the ball. Comes out to Tyrrell. Now to Parrish. He's going to send them inside. Forward 50 again. Looking for the other Parrish. He couldn't take the ball though. Bannister was there as well. He couldn't gather it. Bashurin's there. Now in and under in the tackle. Is that a free kick? It was. So it might be Jack Zampi who's going to get the free kick. Was taken without it, and it was unlucky because he just got out of his hands. It is Jack Zampi, so he's going to have a shot to kick Winchelsea's second in a row from what, no more than 35, 40 metres out. Slight angle. Slow approach, Akiol. Zampi comes in now. Pokes at it. Looks like it's coming back. So come back and up it has. A little bit of momentum in this second half. So Winchelsea, 4-3, 27 now to 11-5, 71. We have gone 5.5 minutes. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
I just reckon Maloney said to him, listen, don't worry about the scoreboard. Don't worry about what's happening. Just go and play the footy that you want to play, that you have been playing. And they've started off playing that in this quarter. So forget about how close you can get. Just keep playing the best footy you can play, and who knows? If you get close enough, stranger things have happened, but it'll have to be very strange.
I agree, Grubby. They don't want to go down without having a crack, and that's what they're starting to do.
Exactly.
So ball now, back in the middle of the ground. Carter doing the ruck work. Tyrrell's also there, gets the ball down. Carter had another go at it, tried to clear the space. Good handball inside, goes to Whitney. Whitney off the left boot, quickly to the forward line. That should have been a free kick. Yeah, had to be. And the free kick's going to go to Casey. And he can load up for Bellpost Hill and look at his second goal of the afternoon. So Andrew Casey will kick from just inside forward 50. You can usually tell if players start to make a movement towards him whether he's got the distance in him, but he looks like he's going back a fair way. So Andrew Casey will kick, as I said, from just inside the arc.
It's still a fair kick.
Yep. Rees has dropped off considerably, so he gets pretty close to the man of the mark. Got good elevation, got range, but not the accuracy, and through for a minor score. So 11-6 now, Bellpost Hill, 4-4 Winchelsea. And as we tick towards 7.5 minutes on the P&R Foods third quarter.
Markey hasn't had a lot of the ball today. He's not kicking in, and he's turned that one over, although Zane Jones dropped it. Opportunity for Godwin now. He runs his full measure and then has a shot, it looks like, and he's just is going to be a minor score. I thought it was out of bounds in the full, but...
Me too.
So that is 11-6 now. 72 or is it 11-7?
Yep.
11-7, 73 to 4-4, 28. 7.5 minutes gone. They're going to go out the far side, the highway side of the ground, and that's a better mark on that occasion by Ruben James. They're going to move the ball quickly into the middle of the ground. Primer has it. So Cam Primer send Winchelsea inside the forward 50. They need Williams to fly. He gets the ball over the back. Can Williams keep his feet? He can't. Goes to ground. It was really well done by Bashurin. He got the ball out. Now Bellpost still in the path of Hickey, and he takes a good mark. Banjo Hickey, piercing kick in the middle of the ground. It was turned over on that occasion. Ruben James inside the forward 50. Just dropped on that occasion was Gould. Now the ball hits the deck. Still an opportunity for Bellpost Hill. Like Evento there as well. And then they're just going to pick it up and kicks it out of that area. Chiara's going to beat one. He doesn't.
He wants a kick and he's going to get it.
Genuine one-on-one with him and Tyrrell.
He was holding it.
So now Chiara, now wider. He's going to give it a foot race to Coffey. If he can gather the ball, he loses the foot race, although he lays a good tackle in the end. It was Cook who had the ball, and then now Coffey is going to kick out in front of Dixon. If he can get there, it bounces. Opportunity for him still. Now he wraps his opponent up in a tackle, but the mark is taken by Aaron Cook. He has the ball now. He's going to chip kick over the top to Finn Parrish. He's going to handball to Marnicky. Marnicky handballs again. Opportunity for Carver, and then back to Parrish. Inside the forward 50. Has his better ball movement. And going back with the flight. It was good from Bannister. He just didn't take the ball. But then he went and got the player. That should be a free kick. Umpire says play on. They got each other. Down there as well is Primer. He's going to kick to the hot spot. Can someone get the ball here for Winchelsea? They can't. Carter overrun it. Opportunity still for Winchelsea. They just can't be clean enough. That should be holding the ball. Umpire says play on. Parrish there as well. Godwin. Bashurin there. Now a snap kick to the pocket. Can Primer get there? He can't quite. And then the umpire says there's a high contact. So Cam Primer is going to have an opportunity to go back and kick Winchelsea's 5th goal. Has he got 2 today, Smithy, or 1?
Primer?
1. This would be his 2nd goal.
Probably could have had 2 or 3, though.
2nd most goals in the Queens middle at the moment for the league. So now he's had to kick 42 last year. Let me go back and kick Winchelsea's 5th. So not kicking a goal in the whole 2nd quarter. This will be their 3rd quarter. So comes back now. Primer, 35 out, a little bit of angle about it. He usually does this pretty well, and he has. Good goal from Primer. So 11-7-73 to 5-4-34 now. We have gone 10.5 minutes on the PNR Foods 3rd quarter scoreboard.
And as I said before, it's just perseverance. Just play better footy, and they are playing better footy. There's a couple of times Belpo still could nearly have scored goals and stopped their momentum, but they stopped that. They got it down here, and they're not giving up. And if they just got to keep playing and playing and playing, and as I said, footy's a funny game. You never know what happens. But, they're out there and they're having a crack.
Yes, obviously a long way back from where they were at half-time, but they are making some inroads. How long can they maintain it for?
And they are having a crack.
Yeah. Ball from the middle of the ground, picked up there. Whitney on the left boot goes quickly into their half-forward line. Gemmell leads in the race to the ball, and he takes the mark. So, again, they'll be able to turn things around here. They go back into the middle of the ground. Williams will take the mark at centre-half back, turns and plays on. Looks to go outside. Kick wasn't great off the boot. Yates couldn't get his hand on it. Coming the other way, I think that might have been Martin. He couldn't take it cleanly, but it's gone back the other way, and there's a free kick being given.
In the back. And 50.
Yeah, there's that.
The free kick was 50-50.
Yeah, I didn't see the free kick, but he's got it, and now he's got 50, so he will be. Oh, I thought that was a little short on the 50, but he's going to be right on the forward 50. So he had a shot from here early in the 1st quarter, couldn't get the distance.
A bit later in the game as well.
I reckon now he'd be looking for someone to come at him, so they've cleared the space well behind him.
But at this stage, fair enough, but at this stage, no one...
Willie Kerrins is the man. Look at Willie Kerrins just slide in there. He ignores him now. He's taking it upon himself again, Bill.
They're pretty ordinary leads, though, aren't they? They're
not convincing.
They're not convincing leads, that's right.
So he steps inside 50. That's better contact this time. And he's made it quite easily because he's got his 3rd goal of the afternoon, Bill Whitney, and that's the 12-4 bell post still. They're 12-7. Winchelsea on 5 goals for PNR Foods 3rd quarter. We have gone 13 minutes.
When you're 5 or 6 goals down and you give a free kick away, you just got to put your hand up and say, yeah, fair enough. But you can't go whinging and sooking because a 50 will cost you a game. Well, a goal in this case, not the game, but, even when you're losing, you've got to show some discipline, right? And I just think giving a bloke like Dylan Whitney a shot for goal like that isn't good discipline. I mean, I'm guessing that he said something.
He obviously did.
I didn't see anybody run into any protected areas or anything.
So, ball is up now. Try to get the ball down. It's going to be rowed by Williams. He's going to get the clearance for Winchelsea, although it looks like it's all Belpo still ahead of the ball. Made a good contest on that occasion was Zampi. He gets the ball out. That could be holding the ball. Umpire says play on. He tried. Now the ball, Zampi again to Williams. Now inside the forward 50. Primer's there. Bannister does a good job and takes the interception.
Pretty good down there, the big fella.
Yes.
So an up-back flank for Belpo still. He's going to stay on the highway side of the ground. Kick is away from Carter, but Barton takes the mark. Timmy Barton's going to swing back on his preferred foot and give Dixon a chance. He's got to get there. It wasn't the best kick in the end. Oh, beautiful spinning move from Casey.
Yeah, it's hold the ball.
Tackle was just as good. Up to the task on that occasion. Now they're asking for the 50. Post still. It was Lockie Gemmell who laid that tackle. It's going to go out wide, right to the boundary. And they're going to go back to Lockie Gemmell. Dangerous kick. Handley came through, brought the ball to ground. He was clean enough, Gemmell, and then it's going to handball back. They kick into the middle of the ground and find Cassidy Parish. They do. So now an opportunity. They're going to go inside the forward 50. Parish, yes, takes the marks. He's got 55 out. He's got Primer on this time. He's not going to use him yet. Primer's led again. He's got distance on his. It was Finlay Parish, actually, his brother who led again. He's not going to honour any of the leads. It'd be a big kick from here. He'd have to kick at 55. Just wondering why he hadn't passed it. Maybe he's got the journey in him. Now he goes to the short. And there you go. Beautiful lead by Primer. Parish hit him on the chest. He was just waiting for the right one. And now Cam Primer's going to have an opportunity to go back and kick his third goal from no more than 30 metres directly in front. More impressed with him there, Grub. Passing it off.
But that's how you do it. The leads that they were giving him before that weren't great leads. So you don't have to honour them. Just because if they're not good enough, don't honour them. And all of a sudden, he gets a really good lead back. And now they've got a better shot for goal.
Cam Primer, one of their shining lights this year. Seems to get better and better every year. Usually does this part of
again a shocker.
Hasn't done it okay.
He should have kicked it himself. Bugger the passing if they're going to kick it like that. That's twice he's had bad kicks from there.
He didn't register a score, but the ball has ended up out of bounds. So I'll have another opportunity. So 12-7-79, Valpo still to 5-4-34, Winchelsea.
So ball thrown back in. It's going to be won by Belpo still. Coffey had it, was tackled. How did the umpire see it? He says he got incorrect disposal. And Cassidy Parish will be the recipient of it. So he's got an opportunity now to put his name in the scorebook.
Go back and put it through, son.
So he's got a kick again, still to the left-hand goal post. But we do that little bit. So he comes in now. Kick of maybe about 40 metres, 35 to 40 metres.
That's
put off the boot.
That's better.
And that has not deviated 1 inch. And head there straight through the middle. His first of the afternoon, the 6 now for Winchelsea. They are 6-4. Goalpost still on 12-7. And 17 minutes gone. P&R Foods, third quarter.
So that's 4 for the quarter, I would suggest.
Yep.
And 17 gone. So, look, if they can continue to play the way they're playing, they can kick another 2 or 3 and then go into the last quarter with a bit of confidence because they've lifted. Every single player's lifted. Like, up until half-time, there probably wasn't a player who would any be near the votes. Now, they might not be now, but they're all playing a lot better and they're all getting closer to playing their best footy.
Yep.
Albeit a little bit late, maybe, but...
So the ball is back now. Chiato on the tap out. It's going to be Coffey win the ball. Handball over the top. Now an opportunity for Hickey. Had some space. He went back into trouble. Well, why wouldn't he give it to Whitney? He goes back to Godwin. Godwin out trying to find Saunders, but over the top was a good interceptive mark taken. They go back inboard now. Opportunity for Cook. He's got a man out wide. He wants to use him here. He's got to go back with a flight. Mumberson does. Wasn't a good kick at all. So Yates now to Chiata. Now back to Whitney. Then Chirkup inside the forward 50. Costello! He didn't have a lot of time, Chirkup. But he lowered his eyes and found Costello. Costello doesn't want to kick this one himself. He's going to go on the path. Casey's down there. And also Zane Jones is going to run in and kick a goal. Momentum back to Valpo still. 13-7. 85 now to 6-4-40, and we have drawn 18 and a half minutes this third quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
Nice little push down there, but I think it was with the body, so it was pretty good. But look, the big factor here was they've come out of defence and they've kicked it to a contest where there's more opposition players than they have teammates. And you just can't, if there's nowhere else to go, kick it over here. So you get one of those last touch breezer and out in the full, and they have to come back from here. But he's just kicked it to 3-on-2. You don't do that because 9 times out of 10, it's going to come straight back, and what happened will happen every time.
So back in the middle once again. Carter over the top, brings the ball to ground. Jones through the contest. Probably put the ball down there. That's how the umpire's seen it. Now he allows play to go on. Kicks forward there by his teammate. Goes in the hands of Gould. Gould goes quickly onto the right boot. It wasn't a great kick going into his forward man once again. Bashurin is there. He's sat on. They ripped the ball out of his hands. As ball's allowed to keep running. Umpire said Gould's got the handball away. That's okay. Placavento, that wasn't correct disposal.
No, you're in trouble
and
there.
he's in trouble there. That's exactly right, Grub. And the free kick will go to Winchelsea once again.
It was a funny old kick going, and he kicked it to where he reckons the bloke was going to get to. But the bloke wasn't quite running quick enough to get there. Maybe he did put it out a bit too far.
So an opportunity here for Sampy. And again, another kick with well in the tide distance. So opportunity for their 5th goal of the quarter. Accurate kicking was required here. So he's on his approach now. 20-metre kick. Kicks that goal. And he has taken it across the face there. Through for a minor score. So it is now 6-5 for Winchelsea. 13-7 for Bellpost Hill. And almost 20 and a half minutes gone. P&R Foods 3rd quarter.
You don't want to miss that one.
So, ball out of fullback now. Go down the line of the path to Costello. Barton was over the top. He couldn't quite go over the ball. Parrish, and then it was in board quickly. They're going to go inside the forward 50. Coming through again, Ruben James. He gets wrapped up by Churchill. And it might be holding the ball. It is. I don't think he had prior opportunity. But they're going to reward the good tackle anyway. To Churchill. So he has the ball now. Hickey's on short. He wants to use him. He's not going to. Costello wants it long. He's going to go on the path. Costello, Whitney might jump over the pack. He tried to. We got pushed. Tyrrell there as well. He won the ball out. He got it to Cook, and then Cook inside, not 15. So Parrish going to be wrapped up. He didn't have prior opportunity though, so there's just going to be another stoppage. So
Grub's on his limit here, and he's nearly pulled the cord out.
Yes, there we go. Unbelievable.
So true centre wing now. Upper side of the ground over the top. Steve Parrish now gives it to his brother in Indy Parrish. He's going to go ball inside the forward 50 opportunities. I think it was.
Yes, held him.
So the free kick is going to go to Sam Adams.
Gee, it's grouse to be able to see things from here.
How far is he out, Grub, from there?
Oh, just outside or just on 50. Maybe just inside.
So you may have the distance here, Sam Adams going back with some more authority. So hugged up right against the boundary. Opportunity for him now. For a left footer, it's pretty tough. I tell you what, he gave it a crack and just missed. The score now is 13-7-85 to 6-6-42. We have gone 22 minutes in the 3rd quarter, brought to you by P&R Foods.
So Bellpost still again to bring the ball in from fullback, and they come clever inside the ground. Brian's in some space in the back pocket by himself. Got some players short if he wants to continue to come this way. That's what he's going to do. He's gone for the longer option, though, out towards Barton.
That's a free.
Nicely. Free kick going to Parrish, and it will go back. Finn Parrish it is. Attacking side of their centre wing, so he can put the ball back again to a dangerous position here. Plenty of numbers back for Bellpost still. He's going to have to look to someone come at him. He decides to go long, back towards the goal square. Mark up in front. Bannister again, I think it was.
Yes,
across the front of the back. And he has taken the mark. So Bannister now with that ball. Again, he's now got to weigh up his option. He comes clubber inside. Out towards Carter, going back with a flight, takes the mark.
He wasn't happy either. Bit of a push in the back there.
So you look to bring the ball further around the boundary line here. We'll go back inside. Decides to, we can't see from there.
He's right in front of you now.
Yep, so the ball gets through the contest. Gemmel's there, Barton's there, ball gets out the back. It's already kept along by Coffey. Handball goes back inside, ends up with Parrish. Ends up in the hands of Finn Parrish, trying to go over the top. Rouget gets the handball back inside to Indy Parrish. He's tackled again. They continue to get the ball moving through Cook. There's another little handball further afield, but Bellpost still with the numbers there now. Win possession of it. They've got a player in some space out there.
Saunders.
And he kicks the ball into the half-forward line. At the back, Yates in space by himself. Oh, player free. He can just wild him here. Walk his way to the goal square and kick his goal. And the 14th for Bellpost Hill. They are 14-7. And Winchelsea 6-6. P&R Foods 3rd quarter. We've gone 24 minutes.
Gee, it's all right to be on the tack and try and get up there and run and get the footy, but surely you can't leave a bloke in the only bloke in the 50 and the ball comes back. And Smithy, if you noticed, the ball bounced straight back off the net.
Yeah, I did see that, Grub.
So there is definitely a net there. But yeah, I just don't see how you can leave a bloke sitting there on their own. I know it's modern day football, but bugger modern day football if that's going to be the result.
So umpire has ball in the middle now. Not as many goals this quarter, so we won't go as long. Carter gets the ball down. Cassidy Parish there as well. Over the top, Indy, and then Cassidy Parish, then Finlay Parish. They're all in the centre at the moment. Over the top, Zampi ends up the ball. He gets rid of Carter going inside the forward 50, trying to find Prima. Godwin come at it quickly. Couldn't quite. Gould was there as well. Was he wrapped up without it? James was there. He couldn't get the ball now. Zane Jones has some room. He takes one bounce now, sells a little bit of candy. He's going to have to take another bounce. He handballs over the top. Opportunity. They're going to go back to Vishuran. Vishuran kicks to a 2-on-1. Whitney's going to fly. He does. He evens the contest. The ball ends up over the boundary line. So we'll have a ball in at true centre wing.
He'd be puffing a bit, Dylan. He had a lot of running to do then.
So umpire has ball now. So it's back in. Terrell versus Chiara. He's done it right, Terrell. This quarter, nullify Chiara. All the parishes in there. And they keep the ball in. So we'll have another stoppage close enough to centre wing. So 14-7-91 to 66-42. We're still commanding a lead at the moment. Handball over the top. Now that will be last touch because it was a handball. Yep. There comes a lasso.
We'll give you a lasso. I'll put your neck in one soon.
So Cassidy Parish has the ball. There's no one on the mark. Zane Jones.
Yes, there was.
Yeah, he was a bit wide, wasn't he, Zane Jones?
No,
good contested mark. Gould now gives the handball off. Opportunity for Coverdale. Forward. Was well done. Oh, Primmer. How did he rove that? He's going to run into an open goal. Cam Primmer kicks in 4. 14-7-91 to 7-6-48. We have gone 26 minutes in this third quarter. Brought to you by P&R Foods.
Look, that's a great goal. And this young kid, Primer, he's kept him going a bit. And he's kicked goals for the year, and he's been terrific. But I'll tell you what, when you said there wasn't anyone on the mark, right, Yates was on the mark, right, and the Winch player moved out 7 metres before he called play on. You've got to call play on straight away and give the bloke on the mark some sort of a chance. I think he went to sleep a little bit.
Well, they've been able to close the margin a little bit here. They continue to work, but still some 7 goals behind. So,
because remember, he has to stand. He's not allowed to move.
That's it. Does make it hard, that rule. That's the only thing I don't like now. Ball now from that contest. Indy Parish. He didn't pick the ball up, but dives on top of it now. Umpire says it will have a ball up, which will take place. Close game still around the other games. Inverleigh are only up by about 13 or 14 points. Ball for that contest again. Player diving on top. Parish over the top of him. Umpire says, let's have it back once again.
Looks like Clarkey might have made a difference out at West.
Yeah, well, he's obviously doing something right. They've just responded to him. So the ball now from the middle of the contest. Yates couldn't pick the ball up. Goes back. This time it was going to be picked up by Coverdale. Again, he tackled very quickly. So they can't get any clear run either side from the middle of the ground here. Need a ruckman just to get up there and knock it clear, but Carter just brings it down, goes to Parish. He's tackled, brought to the ground once again, picked up by Carter, ends up there in the hands of Belpo still, and Hickey goes into the half-forward line. Out the back, did nicely. Dixon got the handball, and to Casey. Casey goes outside, and onto his teammate there in Hanley. Kicks towards goal. It rolls, it dribbles. It goes through for a minor score. Belpo still now 14 goals, 8. Winchelsea on 7 goals, 6. Marnicky doing the kicking in work. He's going to go highway side of the ground. That kick's okay. The mark is taken out there by Walsh. And then from the half back line now, no one's standing the mark, so he takes advantage of that ground and kicks the ball back into the middle. This kick had to be good and was, but he's found his teammate out there in Terrell, and he looks for some options coming past. This time it's Cook. So again on the right boot, he kicks the ball from centre wing, goes into their forward line. Gould in front. Bannister did nicely out the back. Anarchy. Winchelsea with players at ground level, go back towards Rouget. Got hand on ball, made a contest of it. They've been able to keep this ball alive out there. Williams runs onto it, tries to get away, got from one, got the handball outside. He's freed up James now on the left boot. Kick wasn't great going forward. Siren has sounded, and at 3/4 time, Belpo still will go in at 14 goals, 8, and they will lead Winchelsea on 7 goals, 6. Goal kickers Dill Whitney with 3, 2 each to Handley and Costello and Casey, 1 each to Godwin, Barton, Carter, Wilson and Zane Jones, and 4 Winchelsea. There's 7 goals, 3 to Primer, 1 each to Indy and Cassidy Parish, Gould and Sampy. Take a short break, come back with final call action not too far away. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. Back in at three-quarter time here at Bellpost Hill. It is 14 goals, 8. The home side, they lead Winchelsea 7 goals, 6, and around the league. East Geelong 77 lead Anarchy. They've got away there 39. Thompson 59. Corio chipping away at their heels 47. Bannockburn are only just marginally in front of Belmont Lions, 46-43. We know the score here. And Inverleigh are currently 13 points up on Geelong West, 62, playing 49. So a big improvement out there from the Geelong West Giants. So that would be pleasing for Andrew Clark to see them responding that way. How did you see that third quarter, Grupp?
Well, I really enjoyed it because what we saw was Winchelsea finally start to play the footy that they've been playing over the last couple of weeks. So, and as I said, I reckon Maloney said, look, forget about the board. Let's just play the best footy we can play. They probably didn't play the best footy they played, but they played a hell of a lot better. They kicked 5 goals and missed a couple, could have been 6 or 7. And then when Belpost Hill did get the momentum and kick a couple of goals, they didn't turn their toes up. They kept fighting back, and I thought that was a very good quarter. 7 goals of difference. They probably haven't got themselves close enough to win the game, but they've got themselves close enough to go home and say, all right, we weren't competitive early. We finished up being a little bit competitive, which is pretty much all they can get out of the game. Although Godwin came into the game, it was a bit quiet early. Hanley's been a good player. Barton, Whitney's been terrific, actually. Carter again took over in the second and third quarter, although Terrell fought back in the second half of that quarter. Saunders was okay. Tanner Martin got a bit of the footy. But all of a sudden, I've got a heap of players from Winch who actually lifted their game. You know, I thought Williams came into the game. Walsh came into the game and improved his kicking. All the parishes were good. Terrell tried his heart out. Sampy got himself into the game. Haven't seen much of Jordan Huff. So, you know, if he gets into the game as well, I think he's the captain of the Winch side.
He's playing in defence at the moment, Grubb, so he's been a defender all day.
We'll try and change something up and, you know, kick the first 3 or 4. Maybe, just maybe put a little bit of pressure on the Panthers.
Lockie Wilson started there. I didn't call his name that quarter, I don't reckon.
No, he played a reasonable first quarter.
Yeah, then I
haven't done much. The other bloke that's played reasonably well that quarter again was Casey. I'm quite impressed with him.
Yes, so final quarter not too far away. Umpire with ball in hand. Siren has sounded, so we are underway. Final quarter action here. Carter now. The whistle is gone. There's been someone infringed into
Looks like a Winch bloke. He's already halfway there.
Coverdale might have been the bloke, so free kick will go straight back to Dill Whitney. So he's going to obviously look for his longer time.
No. It's got to go to the ruckman.
Wasn't supposed to, isn't it? Yeah,
it's got to go to the ruckman up.
There, the ball goes quickly into the forward line. Mark not taken down there. It's going to be picked up out there by Williams. Kicks back towards the boundary line. Chirkop, first one to arrive. Wants to go back on the right foot. Got the handball away. Ends up with Bryans now, and he's got time to steady and look and go forward. Into the forward line they go. Mark not taken. Roving contest, or the ball off the contest was nicely done. And the man that started the game very, very well, Dave Handley, he's got his third goal of the afternoon. 15 goals, 8. Belpost still now, 7 goals, 6 to the Winchelsea Blues. And I think they haven't started the clock this time, so we're probably about a minute gone.
So who ended up kicking that goal? Hanley.
Handley.
Tell you what, it was a bit of polish there. Matter of fact, he did it that quick. It was too quick for my eyes to see it. 1 minute it was possibly a mark, and next minute bang, and that's exactly what Winch didn't want. And now we're going to see what character Winch have got after going to 8 goals. Now, do they chuck it in? Or do they fight to the finish? And under Maloney, I reckon they'll fight it to the finish.
So we are back in the middle now. Carter got the ball down. There is Coffey. He comes through, does very well. Gets the ball forward in the path of Barton. He picks up the ball. That was beautifully done. Handballs in the path of Hickey. Manjo Hickey just lost the ball for a second. Gemmell coming through for Winchelsea. Gets the ball to Parrish. Parrish now handball. Oh, too slow on that occasion. Was Hook, I think.
Tastes like Cozzy.
Cozzy's still got...
He's got it when he needs it.
Still got a yard on him.
Only when he needs
now,
it.
I don't think he's got the distance from here. He'd probably be 55, if not more out. Gives it to Whitney. He's got 3. He's going to go to the pocket. That was probably the worst option.
Well, do you give it to a left footer from there?
No.
You don't give it to a left footer.
No, not running towards the boundary line anyway.
If you can't make the distance, you pop it up to the centre of the square, don't you?
Yeah, just be a bit patient.
Yeah, come on, Cozzy. I know he's your mate. Come on, mate.
So just a minor score, 15-9, 99 now to 7-6, 48. And the
ball's straight down the ground, and the ball's going to send out on centre wing, picked up by Primer, kicks the ball forward, races on. Vashurin leads in the race for the ball. Has got a couple of yards on Indy Parish. Got the favourable bounce. Wants to go back on the right foot. Got that nicely. Went across the ground. Flaccavanto made some good position. Yeah. And he has taken the mark. So he's got an option in Godwin. Just a little run over the top. But he decides to go to Bryans. And he comes up at him and takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50. Godwin might be the next target. But he decides to go a little bit longer and around the boundary line now. And that kick wasn't great. Ends up in the hands of Williams out there on centre wing, the far side. He quickly transfers play back inside. That was a better looking kick. Mark has been taken out there. I reckon that might be Adams that's got the ball. It is. And he tries to go towards the pocket and Gould. That was a nicely weighted kick and Gould comes out, doesn't let him down. Goes back inside very quickly. And a player coming up from behind the ground is Marnicky. He's trebled the full length and he takes the mark. And he can go back and look at his first goal of the afternoon.
Well, I mean, Dixon's just what the doctor ordered because, as I said, they didn't chuck it in and they tried to get momentum back straight away. And a quick goal will help do that.
So, Marnicky from about 25 out, directly in front of goal. Kicks that goal. Umpire stands and looks straight over his head. He's got his first of the afternoon now, and the 8th goal for Winchelsea. They are 8-6. They trail Belpost Hill on 15-9, and we have gone 2.5 minutes in this Morris Finance final quarter.
And that's a great theory to kick a goal straight after the opposition has. But when you're 8-6 to 15-9, it's obviously not good enough. You've got to actually try and put 3, 4 together yourself rather than rebound from a Belpost Hill goal. And Belpost Hill haven't let them do that since the first 2 minutes of the game when they kicked the first 2 straight. They haven't let them kick goal after goal after goal, but they've done it themselves. So at the moment, a very, very good performance. Winch, keep going and try and have a competitive score when the final siren goes.
Rush in the middle now. Terrell's done an okay job today. Kiara, good tap.
See, the back tap
straight
didn't
to
work again.
Williams. Now inside forward 50. Primer couldn't take that one. Now around the corner, snapping ball. It wasn't the best effort on that occasion by Adams. Falls to Parrish. Was he held? Umpire says no. Handball over the top. Godwin now. He's going to handball into trouble to Vashurin. Not a great kick on that occasion. Parrish over the top. Opportunity for a goal now from Carver. He has a ping. It looks all right. He's kicked it. They take another opportunity. Winchelsea 15-9-99 to 9-6-40. Sorry, 9-6-60. And we have gone 5 minutes in this fourth quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Good maths.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, he went to school, stupid. He come out the bloody same way by the looks of it, but that's what it is, persistence. Just persist. And Parrish then, look, he could have gone back. I thought, and I called it early, he might have been a bit selfish when he turned it back on a play early. He could have done the same thing again. But bang, straight off, away they go, keep the ball running. And that was a terrific goal. That was maybe even a contender for the Connectel. Yeah, that's right, Connectel, goal of the day.
Yes, I think he may have been looking to play on there at the first part, but then realised he's taken a few steps. Carter from the ruck contest gets the ball out. Again, opportunity here for Winchelsea. They try and keep the ball alive, but it's going the wrong way now. Belpost still with some numbers. Handley over the top of it. Handballs out the back to Yates. Yates kick smothered. That was nicely well done by Williams, but it's Cherkop that picks up the rebound, goes across the ground into space, and the mark has been taken out there, this time by Saunders.
Saunders, and that hurt him.
Yep. And the hands
that
up.
Actually hurt him.
Hits into the rib cage. It's not. It's a bit tender out there.
Is it in the contest or
a little bit late?
Not too sure where the ball is, but he's asking for it back.
Well, I don't think it's going to give him 50. I think you just go back and take his kick. But it was just a touch late. It looked innocuous, but it did hurt him.
So Saunders now, he's now put the ball quickly into their forward line. Mark, ball not taken. Crosby does the groundwork, picks up, goes out the back to Coffey. He's tackled, gets the ball further afield. Round the body by Costello to the goal square, and it is forced across the face now. Casey tries to keep it alive. Marnicky's also there. Got the handball outside to Cap Parrish. Parrish, a long handball back inside, and that was nicely done there to Cook. And he kicks the ball down the field. The mark has been taken out there. It might be Rouget. So he's just inside, or just in, yes, he is just inside their defensive 50. He goes straight down the line this time towards centre wing. Mark not taking Bannister, probably.
Really quick attempt.
Absolutely. But they've got the ball, Winchelsea, and they keep the ball running forward. Yates is back there. He goes to ground, but he's quickly to get up. Might have held Williams there, but just on hands and knees, he gets the ball outside. Willie Kerrins is there. He's tackled the ball to the ground. And a bit soft if that one had been paid, Grub, I think.
I'll tell you what, I think that's one of the real hard decisions because sometimes they pay that one and sometimes they don't. I wouldn't have paid it, but you never know.
So ruck contest once again. This time Terrell gets the ball, went after it himself, had another go at it. Ball now at ground level and players on top of it. Won't come out from there, so the umpire correctly calls for a ball up.
But the way they're calling chest part of the head now, anything can bloody up.
So the ruck contest, and again, it's tried to be won, but it's not going to be Advancing from that contest, Parrish was the player handling the tackler. Another ball up, which would take place. This time, again, ball comes straight down. Same player. Parrish gets the ball, goes over the top. Bryans leads in the race to the ball. Could have been a push in the back there. Umpires let it go. And again, this time he comes in and says, I'm going to ball it up. So 10 metres closer to the Winchelsea goal.
Well, he put the whistle up to the lips and thought, no, I'm not going to play it. That's fair enough.
So another ball up will take place. And again, we need some clearance from that position. It's going to come out the back, end up with Cook. He was pushed off the ball as he got it, but it's going to be a quick set of hands that gets the ball outside, and Kieran's goes across the ground. The mark's been taken out there. Kick forward by Hickey. Well-positioned Jones takes the mark, defensive side of centre wing. And now he's just scarping for a bit of calm out there. So Jones now with the ball.
So Jones, he's going to go down that line towards true centre wing. Might be a fly on the top by Dixon. It is, and a good mark taken. The good set of hands. He's looked a chance a couple of times, but going to go quickly to Costello. Costello couldn't quite. Ball gets over the top. Barton, he has the ball now. He's going to keep it in. Saunders has it. He's going to handball back inside. Opportunity for Coffey if he can pick up the ball. He's going to go further back to Yates. They're going to figure something out here, and a short kick to Costello. It wasn't his best. Costello pushed off the ball as it rolls towards the boundary line and eventually goes out of bounds in Casey's hands. So we'll have a ball in at 40 metres out from the Belpost Hill goal. Just couldn't find that last possession there to get it to forward. Everything was under pressure. So Carter tries to grab that one out of the ruck. Couldn't quite. Now Jones chasing after it. He's got Cassidy Parrish on his hammer. And the umpire says he didn't do that deliberately. So we'll have another ball in.
He's been a bit quiet, young Riley Dixon, but by crocky, he's shown a bit of promise, hasn't he, in the air?
So, ball back in now. Carter wins that one. It was a backwards tap again. Try to find Barton. He couldn't quite. Good tackle laid, though. Coffey ends up with the ball. We'll have another stoppage. 45 metres out from the Belpost Hill goal. So, had about 10 minutes gone in this last quarter. Brought to you by Morris Finance. The ball ends up over the back. Opportunity for Marnicky. He was pushed as he kicked it. Bannister going back with the flight. Doesn't go for the mark in the end. Gould's there as well. If he can gather it, he does. And he's going to handball back to Parrish. Parrish is going to go inside the forward 50. The ball might have bounced. The umpire says he's paid the mark. I think everyone, well, the common opinion may have been that it bounced. What did you think, Rob?
Bounced.
So there's going to be an opportunity for Sam Adams.
The trailing umpire decided to pay the mark. So obviously the umpire in control wasn't sure. Otherwise, he should then be able to go in and say, no, let's ball it up. It bounced. But he might have been able to see it from where he was.
So Sam Adams now from 40 metres to kick Winchelsea's 10th goal. And he has. They're not going away, Winchelsea. 15-9, 99. So 10-6, 66. We have gone 11 minutes in this final corner, brought to you by Morris Finance.
It's a little bit like the Belpost Hill of old. They've had 18 good players, but have they had anyone that we can give the best on the ground to? I'm bugging if I can find someone. They've all been good,
yeah,
but none of them have been terrific all day, have they?
No, it's clearly at half-time Handley was probably the better player, but then third quarter, I don't know whether he touched too many times.
No, still not till right near the end. But who knows? That might get him the chocolates. I don't know.
So the ball now with the ruck contest. Again, this time Tyrrell may be over the top, but it's intercepted there by Yates. Kicks back into their half-forward line. Marnicky had it, lost it, went back and collected it again. Chips over the top, back towards centre wing. Coming up at the ball there was Martin. He didn't take the ball cleanly. I thought he was tackled without the ball there. Belpost Hill player dropped the ball down, picked up again. Reckon that could have been Purnell out there. They drive the ball into their half-forward line or deeper now. There's some good defensive work there. Gemmell got the ball going. Walsh is also there back to support him. They turn the ball over. Dangerous now. Handball comes out of Costello. Snap over the shoulder. Back towards goal. And I think that is pretty good.
So it's dangerous when it goes
to him.
Umpire
said, yes, it is. And he has got goal number 3 this afternoon. 16 now for Belpost Hill. 16-9 to 10-6 Winchelsea. Morris Finance, we have gone 11 minutes.
Couple early, one late. But what he's probably done today that you don't see very much, he's used his body for the ball to get to other people. He's done a couple of little pushes and shepherds, and look, whilst not being the best on the ground, I think he'd be pretty happy with his performance, especially after a 4-goal performance last week. It's 7 in 2 weeks so far, so I think he'd be very happy with his performance, and obviously Belpo still at 16-9 to 10-6. You've got to be very, very happy with theirs, because they knew this was a danger game going in because of the form Winch had, but I think they've stopped them from producing their best form. That's what they've done.
So ball in the middle now, just out of the palms of Whitney, and then Parrish ended up with it. Then Yates, as he falls over, Kerrin's involved as well, and then Kyoppy's going to lower his eyes, trying to find Barton. It was a bit too much on the kick. He still evens the contest. He might even win it. How's the umpire going to see that? He did tap it towards the boundary. He didn't pay insufficient attempt, which is, I think, the right call. So we'll have a ball in.
I think it's the wrong terminology. It used to be called deliberate. And now they say, oh, no, it's insufficient
Well,
attempt.
they brought insufficient attempt.
But
It's a different rule.
But if you let the ball go out, that's insufficient attempt. You haven't made any attempt. And yet they'd never pay that. Never.
So the ball is kicked over the top. The clearance was won by Finlay Parrish. And then the kick out was at Lasso. They must have had a last touch on it. No, the boundary umpires are going to converse. We haven't had too much of this today, which has been good. They've stuck to their decision early on, or that they've made.
Well, the good thing about the game is we haven't had a million throw-ins like we had in the last couple of weeks.
No.
The ball's been in play for a lot of the day.
So it is going to be a throw-in.
I thought you said there was no trouble there.
So Indy Parrish is out. Arguing the umpires. The ball is thrown back in now. There's a shallow throw in. Carter trying to get there. Tyrrell ended up winning the tap out. Then ball ends up over the top. Yates in and under the pack as he always is. Kerrin's there as well as Whitney, and the ball will be brought up again. So just in front of us in the broadcast position. You have a good view at this, Grub.
I have. Don't you worry about that.
So Carter and Tyrrell. Ball gets down now. It's Parrish who wanted out. Indy on that occasion. Then he wins the ball again. Comes out to Finlay. He could quite get it. Also there, Ruben James coming further out now. The ball stuck somewhere under that pack. The umpire's going to say no prior opportunity for the be. Have another stoppage just in front of us. Bruce and a wing. So 16-9, 105, 10-6-66. 15 minutes gone. Ball hits the deck now. Tyrrell coming out at it. Carter there as well. Yates in and under. Just can't seem to keep his feet today. Umpire's going to pin him. Probably because he wants to clear the ball out of the area. He looks out in his feet as well, Jack Yates. Ball comes out. Finlay Parrish now. He's going to send him inside 450. Primer weighted down. Should be a free kick. Godwin just jumped into the pack. That's what I thought. And it is. And there's a player down. It might be Bannister. It is. Daniel Bannister. The free kick is going to go the way, or it's going to be, it's going the way of Kemper, which is right, because Godwin just jumped into the pack. So, how many's he kicked today, Smithy? Is it 3?
Got 3 so far.
This will be for his 4th. He's been one of the shining lights for Winchelsea and Ben Maloney. Definitely one they want to hold on to into the future. He definitely got some good football IQ and smarts around goal. He comes in from 50 metres. Looks pretty good off the boot. He's kicked it. He's got 4, Cam Primer. Valpo still 16-9, 105. So Winchelsea 11-6-72. We have gone 16.5 minutes in this final quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
And the reason, Arch, why it was such a beautiful kick is because he didn't do what a lot of players do, run too close to the man on the mark. He's picked a spot halfway between where he started from and where he was going to kick it from, and that's exactly what he did. And he kicked a beautiful goal. And as I say, what's he kicked now? 4.
Yeah, got 4.
Well, that's not a bad result. He's still 15 minutes to go. He can finish with 5 or 6 and be very happy with the day.
Yeah, so back in the middle we go once again. This time Carter down to Yates. Nice palm off there, but intercepted. Finn Parrish had it, drove it back. Ends up with Belpo still. They run from the contest and Yates delivers the ball long into their forward line. Again, probably manhandled down there in the forward line. Free kick had to go to Belpo still.
Advantage.
Plans on now.
He's not going to play the advantage.
Well, he's not going to play it.
Nope.
It's coming back.
I honestly don't know why, but
Dixon will be the recipient of it anyway, so we'll wait and see what happens there. So he's got an opportunity now. He hasn't scored We'll put his name on the scorebooks today, but
Well,
he's got an opportunity here, Grub.
Well, with a bit of, I'm glad he probably didn't pay advantage because I'd like to see his name in the schoolbook.
With runs?
Oh, well, 50, yeah. Did you make a 50, Smithy?
Yes, I did, actually.
Well, when you were bowling.
No? Well, probably a couple of times. So it's Dixon now from 35 to 40 metres out, kicks back towards goal, and that is a nice looking kick off the boot. He's got his first of the afternoon. 17 now for Belpost Hill. They are 17-9. They lead Winchelsea on 11 goals, 6. And we are ticking towards 17 minutes in this Morris Finance final quarter.
Well, we spoke earlier about Winchelsea kicking a goal straight after Belpost Hill, but, you know, when you're 6 or 7 goals up with 10, 12 minutes to play, it's quite easy to take the foot off the pedal. But, you know, as Winchelsea kick a goal, Belpost Hill, they haven't given up. They haven't taken their foot off, and they make sure they get the next one. And I think that's why they're going to be a pretty good side, because they play it right till the end, right till the final siren.
Umpire has ball in hand. Up again now. Kiana trying to win the ball out. He won it on the second attempt. Coffey was steaming through, couldn't quite cover the ball. Now Whitney sees the ball forward. Hits the deck inside forward 50. Dixon, good hands. Opportunity now. Casey kicks the goal. Brilliant team play from Belpost Hill. That score is now 18-9, 117 to 11-6, 72. Winchelsea. This is where we've had 19 minutes gone in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance. And that is a contender for the Kempy Engineering play of the day.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's not much for me to say about that. That was just beautiful. Straight out of the centre. Winch never went near the footy, and Belpost Hill just done that absolutely magnificently. And they deserve all the accolades they're going to get after today's big win.
Each along up by 41 over Anarchy. Thompson only 7 points up on Corio. Belmont Lions up about 20 points.
Come on, Yates, you get a kick, son.
And Inverleigh currently about 20 points up on Geelong West. So ball back in the middle. Carly brings the ball down to ground. And it needs to be picked up and one out there to the middle of the ground, but it's not coming out. The umpire will come in and take possession of it. So some interesting games being played around the league.
You got a few final scores, Smithy?
Just gave him grub. If you weren't listening, you must have been doing something. So the ball now comes up, picked up there by Coffey, tries to get through the contest. He's tackled and then didn't get rid of the ball. And it's going to be a free kick going to Parrish. So he plays on now and goes around his body out towards centre wing. The mark's been taken out there by Primer. Needs an option further down the field. Goes towards the pocket. Parrish just inside the field of play. Umpire said it was out of bounds. And free kick is going to go to Belpost Hill. Martin with the ball. Just on the wrong angle here, Grub. Just can't pick up the line there, but he's very, very close. Possibly giving the benefit of the doubt, I would have thought. So Martin now plays on and goes back to where the ball came from. Parrish is going to be up in front. Good hand, make the mark.
He hasn't given in.
No. Plays on now and goes back to his brother in the pocket. This time he's out in front. Can't complete the mark. Clicked it at ground level. Was going to go back to his brother, I thought, but decides to play on. Banana back towards goal. Got the right distance. Has he got the accuracy? Yes, he has. Has it gone through?
Yes,
Umpire says.
I'm saying yes.
He's asking for the all clear. Umpire says all clear. So Indy Parrish has got his second of the afternoon, and the 12th now for Winchelsea. It is Belpost Hill 18-9, Winchelsea 12-6, Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Well, Smithy, for a start, I don't think you commentated that very well. Really? What sort of a kick was it?
No.
Thank you very much. And I tell you what.
No.
That was a magnificent goal. I didn't think he was going to go anywhere near it. And that, again, has to be another contender for the Connectel. Yeah, that's right. Connectel goal of the day.
He did have two options behind him as well, so it would have been selfish if he missed, but he kicked the goal, so all is well.
Doesn't matter now.
Exactly. So over the top. He loves that tap, doesn't he, Carter? Over the top, got it to Hickey. I've been impressed with his game. And then out of mid-air, Casey didn't quite get the ball. May have injured himself in the process as well. He doesn't look too great after that contest. Ball comes out just in front of us in the broadcast position. It was picked up on that occasion by Coverdale, and then gets over the top to Parrish. Parrish inside the 450 looking for the other Parrish. Fucking did really well. Primer there as well. Godwin in and under it. Whitney there as well. That might be in the back. How's the umpire going to see it? He's going to say no. We'll have a stop in 50 metres out from the Winchelsea goal.
I must say, they've done a pretty good job, the umpires here today. They've actually done a very, very good job.
Definitely agree with you there as well, Grubb. As ball comes back in now. Handball out to Whitney. He's had a pretty good game. He had no one to kick to, so he's had to kick it to the opposition and Williams. Williams has the ball now. That was a smart kick. Finds Gould. Gould looks back inside. That's better vision. Finds Finlay Parrish. He's going to chip over the top of his brother. Doesn't quite get to Cassidy now. He tries to take one on. He does. Beats two. Kicks in the path. And they take a mark here. Bannister there as well. Coming across. Quick hands, ends up with Flaccavento. Dropped the ball though. Now Primer, he might kick the goal. Gould there as well. He ends up kicking the goal. Good team play on that occasion from Winchelsea. Score is 18-9, 117 to 13-6, 84. We've gone 23 minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Well, I know I've said it 100 times, but forget about the scoreboard. You can't win the game and just keep persevering. And look, if they can kick one or two and go in with a 3 or 4 goal loss, probably won't tell the real story, but may give a bit of confidence for the upcoming games because, at some stage they were 7 goals down. So, if they can get within that 3 or 4 goals, that's probably about the best they can manage.
Yeah, 2 goals for half time. Grub, they kicked 11 after half time, so that's
Exactly.
definitely improvements.
Yeah, more work.
They have got it in them, so they just need to be able to maintain it for 4 quarters. Parrish again got the Kaputa ball. Unfortunately, ends up with Carter. He goes long back into their forward line, and we're talking Bell Post Hill. Coming out, picked up out there nicely by Dixon, kicks round the body, goes back towards the goal. How will it bounce? It's going to go back towards the boundary line, and will be over the boundary line beside the behind post throw-in to be taking place.
We haven't had too many contenders in the mark of the day today, Grub.
I don't really think we've had any.
So Terrell now going to push himself down, do the ruck work.
Which is no good for Rattleys.
No. So the ball now from that ruck contest picked up and kicked at goal. And that is very nicely done. Handley gets his 4th of the afternoon. 19th now for Bell Post Hill, 19-9. They lead Winchelsea on 13 goals, 6. Morris Finance final for the scoreboard have gone 23 and a half minutes.
How many has he got, Smithy? Hanley?
Hanley's got 4.
Yeah, played very, very well, Hanley. He probably had a little quiet spot in the third quarter, but played pretty well. He showed that. And I think what we said before the game, you come from GFL football, you drop down to GDFL, and it's just not as easy as you think it is. You've got to get used to your teammates. You've got to get used to the pace of the game, which is a lot slower. And even though he was reasonable in the first couple of games, I think you'll find when he gets it, he's going to be one of the premier players of the comp, this kid.
Got to keep the body sound, they tell me.
Yes.
So back in the middle now, coming through is Cassidy Parrish. Couldn't quite cover the ball, and then Coffey does. He's building the confidence every week he plays out in front of Kerrins. That was a beautiful pickup. Trying to get away from the player, and he put it on. That has to be a sling tackle as well.
He knew it. As soon as he did that, he
Hopefully,
knew he'd done that.
that's definitely a reportable offence. He's already going to get a free kick played, and then he slung him after.
He knew he'd done the wrong thing, Huff. So
that was Jordan Huff, the Winchelsea captain as well. So it's an automatic 50-metre penalty. You know that, Grub, is it?
Well, if he'd already paid the free kick for a touch on the neck, maybe. But usually 50-metre penalties are for something late. And it almost happened in the contest. So it's not an automatic 50. So the umpire actually doesn't have to pay 50. I think he might, but he doesn't have to.
It's a bit ginger as well.
They might be sending him off, though.
Oh, they've reported Huff too.
They've got a yellow card and a send-off, which I think you'll find may well be a 50-metre penalty.
And who's the player coming?
It was Will Kerrins.
Oh, Will Kerrins.
Oh, yeah, Willie Kerrins, yeah.
So we wish all the best to Will Kerrins there. He looks a bit ginger.
Yeah. Go straight in the rooms, grab a beer, you'll be right, mate. That would have hurt too.
So, Hayes is still appealing for the 50.
It's all in the one motion. I'm not sure whether he actually has to pay a 50. I think he's going to, though. Yes, he is, I think.
All right, so it is 50 now after the deliberation.
So who's going to sneak in and take the kick? That's shifty Tommy Bryant. That's shifty Tommy Bryant is going to sneak in and take a kick from the goal line, is he?
So Tom Bryant now is going to be the one.
Oh, how shifty is Bryant?
Take the free goal. And after all that, he runs in and kicks it with no one on the mark.
Oh, Tommy.
So
well done, son.
That is Bell Post Hill's 20th goal of the day. 20 goals, 9 behinds now. 129 to leading Winchelsea 13-6, 84. And we have gone 27 and a half minutes in this last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
I just think the sad thing about that is for Huff that he didn't have to do it. He'd already sort of just given the free kick away. And he's a reasonably big fella. If you're going to sling and throw a bloke the size of Will Kerins to the ground, you know something's going to happen. He just didn't need to do it. It was a bit silly. Maybe he's frustrated. I don't know. But
do you think it's a bit of frustration coming out?
Yeah, there's a bit of frustration, but that might cost him a couple of weeks on the sidelines.
Definitely.
So he hasn't got a chance to redeem himself next week.
It's not going to help him with the way.
You wouldn't want to go and contest it. If he gets off at a couple, you'd probably say, "I'll take him," and just
with an early plea. Yes, you would do that, but you never know what happens up there. I can tell you.
Yeah, no, back in the middle of the ground, it's going to be Bell Post. Well, I thought it was going to be Bell Post Hill, but Winchelsea have worked pretty hard out there. It's going to come towards Finn Parrish. He picks the ball up, kicks the ball back into their half-forward line. Mark will be taken out there, so they'll be able to advance the ball a little bit further. Carver looks up. Good, strong lead coming at him. That was nicely done. Adams swings quickly, gone to the left boot. Thought he might have gone for the goals, but that's a well-weighted kick over the back, and the mark has been taken there by Williams, so he can go back now and kick at his first goal for the game, and he does so and finishes it off. And that is their 14th goal of the game. They are 14 goals 6. They trail Bell Post Hill on 20 goals 9 and 27. Almost 28 minutes gone. Morris Finance final quarter scoreboard.
Well, we can't go away too unhappy, Smithy. We've seen 34 goals kicked for the day. So you've got to be a little bit happy about that. And we've seen some really good play. So
and 13 goals in the last quarter, Grub.
Well, there you go. We could be still here at 9 o'clock tonight if they keep kicking them. But I won't get down to Galvin Park.
Yeah, well, I reckon they might just delay the game till you get there.
Well, they didn't last time. I got there at quarter time, but that was from Inverleigh.
He'll be flying up the highway today.
Well, I've got to be careful. I might have been going a little bit quick last time. Just a little, as fast as that a Hyundai can go.
So we are back in the middle now. It's going to be Dixon in the ruck for the time being for Bell Post Hill. Wins it out to Yates, then Yates goes forward. A good mark taken on that occasion. Ends up with Handley. Handley's going to go quickly to the pocket, and the mark is taken. Is it Coffey?
Yep.
Right, Coffey takes the mark. Hugged up.
So you're black or white?
So
here we go.
He's hugged up against the pocket. He's going to have an opportunity to kick Bell Post Hill's 22nd goal of the day. So he kicked one today, Smithy?
No, not at this stage.
I think he'll kick it flat, Smithy.
Yep.
Flat white.
Flat white. That's what I reckon.
I'm not going to hype him up, although he has played well the last couple of weeks. So spent some demons down this end, kicking for goal. As he comes back, looks pretty good. Straight through the middle. 22-9. 141 Bell Post Hill to 14-6-90. We have had 30 minutes gone in this last quarter brought to Morris Finance.
Isn't it funny when people have so many demons, as you just called it, Arch, looking to that end, and when the pressure goes off the game, them demons seem to disappear, and it's a lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah, well, 21-9, that's pretty good kicking. 14-6 is also pretty good kicking. So you're right, Grub. After the start, when they couldn't kick a ball from 30 metres out,
yeah,
definitely have been a big swing around from both sides.
I think the wind was pretty swirly early, and it just sort of slowed right down.
Still doesn't give you the kicking the man of the mark, though. That's
that's different. But how lucky we've been. Been up to Bell Post Hill a couple of times. We've got beautiful weather.
Yeah, magnificent. So ball back in the middle of the ground again. Bell Post Hill, they try to run through the middle of the ground. They've done so nicely.
Too high.
Hickey goes into the forward line.
No advantage, too high, back in the middle.
So Hickey will get a second opportunity from that position. Whitney just on the outside. The other side, Martin, but he decides to go and kick the ball himself. Sells a bit of candy, gets around him and goes into their forward line towards the forward half, and the mark has been taken out there. I thought he took a couple of steps. He was on the march there, but Cook may have been a little bit lucky.
Might have been momentum. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, Smithy.
So it's actually Walsh that's got the ball. He's got the orange boots on, so he's going to deliver the ball back into the middle of the ground now. Marnicky's going to be the player there, but Yates got hand on the ball, was able to bring the ball to the ground, picked up by Finn Parrish. He runs through the middle. He lost the ball when he tried to bounce it. He continues after it, got away from one or two, wants to come back on the right foot, has got there now, and just enables him to get the kick away in towards Bannister, over the top. Williams takes it, kicks back towards goal. I tell you what, that's not a bad attempt, but just offline. 14-7 now, Winchelsea, and 21-9 Bell Post Hill. We tick over 31 minutes and said there's been 13 goals or 14 goals now. And it could go a little bit longer yet.
Just what I wanted an early quarter.
Yeah, so the ball comes out wide. It goes in the hands of Flacavento. In the back pocket. Goes backwards. A little bit of possession football. Basura now with the ball. Jones is a short option. Whitney straight up the ground, but again, dangerous option. So he goes towards the boundary line. Bryans comes up. Again, a nicely weighted kick.
I think we're
Bryans
ready for the siren, Smithy.
I think so. And mercy rule should be applied. So he goes a little bit longer this time. Yates in space.
Oh, that's too easy. Keep trying, son, right till the end. You can't just let a bloke do that.
So Yates now decides and goes and plays on, kicks long. Barton was going to be the target. Coming the other way, that was a mark all free kick, and it's going to be given to Gould. So he can go back and transfer play into the middle. Again, that's a better looking kick. Unfortunately, his teammate let him down, didn't take the mark. Cook picks the ball up and kicks right boot. A rush kick. Bashurin stands under it, couldn't take the mark. Coming at it was Martin. Again, they've got Bashurin back onto the contest. He works the ball outside. Martin got through it. Well, now he might be in trouble and tried his best to get rid of the ball, but good tackle laid there by Carver. So Winchelsea now with another opportunity to kick another goal in the quarter. Belpost Hill have got back and filled the hole pretty nicely. Like a Bento attacked the ball, got out the back towards Primer. Little kick around the body. And he went as far as Bashurin, and he punches the ball back over the line.
This will be interesting.
So why isn't that deliberate grub?
Well, it is. That's why I said it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's different when it's a marking contest.
Now, I think if you're going to pay deliberate, then that's deliberate.
I think most of us around here would have agreed that was the only intention was to get the ball over the line, especially at the 33-minute mark.
Who cares? Yeah.
Kathy Parrish takes it out and gives to his brother Finn. He kicks around the body, goes back to the pocket. Gil Whitney in space takes the mark. Cherkoff's asking for the ball along the boundary line, and he's going to be delivered that direction because he's going to be up over the back again, I reckon. Oh, he had a fair grab at it. The umpire's paid. Oh, he's paid it to Grills. I would have thought Cozzy had a fair bit of that, actually. Ball out the back there, and they're going to be picked up by Cook. He goes back into the forward line. Quick kick in the hole. Godwin's there. Incorrect attempt to spoil, I would think. Gee, I'd hate to be a backman these days. I know he's a forward, but gee, it's tough. Can't come from behind at all. Got to stand in front, wear the brunt of it. Martin takes the mark.
It's hard to be a backman, but he's a forward.
Yeah, that's what I just said. He is. You've got to do the right thing, but you can't even take a mark over the top because you hit their arms, you get it taken away from you. Rouget, nicely forward.
That's a
mark was taken, but I don't know whether it's travelled the correct distance. Umpire said that might be the case, so we'll have a ball up. 34 minutes gone, final quarter, 21-9 to Belpost Hill, 14-7 Winchelsea, and hopefully not too much time left.
Won't be too long to go, but
it's stiff, Cozzy.
Delay with that Kerrins going off. So coming through Roget, he was probably taking, holding the ball. Everyone's waiting for the umpire to call it, and he hasn't yet. So we will continue.
I think Callum Nankervis went over to Cozzy and had a bit of a laugh with him. I think he might have thought it was a mark as well.
So ball hits the deck now. Opportunity for Zane James. Going to turn his man inside out and then run himself into a little bit of trouble. Kicks. Oh, straight to Primer. He might kick his fifth for the check side. No.
A couple of blues there.
I think that was the right decision from the umpire because it didn't travel the required 15. So that's just a minor score now. 21-9, 135 to 14-9, 93. So Belpost still from fullback now. Godwin to take the kick. Won't be long to go in this one. We've had 35 minutes like that day out at Thompson last year. We had the 40-minute quarter. The ball comes out to Carter. Carter takes the mark. He's been pretty good today, Grub, I've thought.
Yeah, been handy.
Just done what he's had to do and beat Tyrrell in a ruck as the siren goes. Belpost still continue on their merry way. They win their fourth for the year. The final score is 21-9, 135. Close to it, and to 14-8, 92. We had 35 minutes gone in that last quarter, brought to you by Morris Finance.
Yes, goal kicks of the day. Handley ends up with 4-3 each to Costello, Whitney and Casey. And 1 each to Godwin, Bryans, Barton, Carter, Wilson, Dixon, Coffey and Jones. Sounds like a good spread there.
Yes.
And for the Winchelsea side, Primer with 4, 2 each to Indy Parish, Jordan Gould, and 1 each to Williams, Cassidy Parish, Sampi, Adams, Marnicky, and Carver. We'll take a short break, come back with final scores from around the grounds, and give our 3, 2, and 1 for the day's play. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. So they definitely play better football the second part of the game. Winchelsea Blues, they're obviously up and about, can do that, but unfortunately the first half was their downfall. They trailed by some 9 goals. Didn't give it away, which is a good thing, and I reckon the coach would be happy with that, Grub. So at least they've got something to work on going forward.
Yeah, look, there was a few pointers he can take out of it so they can improve for the upcoming games. But, you know, when a side wins by, 7 goals, and you go, well, it's not a great day's football, but it was a very entertaining game of football. You know, a lot of goals kicked. There was a lot of high marks, some good tackles, some plays of the day for Kempy Engineering, read the play. There was some connectile goals of the day. And to be quite honest, it was a very, very, very good day's football to watch. Unfortunately, we didn't have the pressure there of who's going to win, who's going to lose. But, you know, unfortunately, 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. I thought, hello, here we go for Winch. But after that, I don't think they kicked another goal in the third quarter. They just got smashed all over the place. But as you said, to their credit, they fought back and they fought back hard. And in the end, Valpo still come away with a very, very good win.
Yeah, I agree with you, Grub. We just got some scores and a couple of final ones here. East Geelong 93 have defeated Anarchy 57. Thompson 102 have defeated Corio 83. Bannockburn 59 were defeated by Belmont Lions 82.
Wow.
And Inverleigh in the end ran out winners 97 to Geelong West Giants 58. So up until 3/4 time, that was a very close game, but Inverleigh able to get away in that final quarter. So Werribee and North Geelong, as Grubby said, up the highway tonight if you want to go for a drive to sunny Werribee.
I think I will.
25 degrees, sun out, and whatever.
The lights will be on.
Righto, mate. We're going to do our 3, 2, and 1.
How hard is this?
Hello, Guz. How are you, mate?
I'm not going first.
I'll go first. I'm going to give one vote to Cody Chirkop. Again, a player that was in there and about for most of the day. It was pretty hard, the one vote. I could have given it to probably either Cassidy Parish or Indy Parish. Sorry, not Indy, Finn Parish. I thought their games for most of the day was pretty good. So, but I gave it to Chirkop. 2 votes I gave to Daniel Bannister. I thought he's probably the best game I think I've seen him play for some time. Daniel Bannister.
Did he play?
Yes. In the back line, I thought his game out in defence was very, very good, and he played a good first half, faded in the third, but came back again in the last quarter. I think David Handley, for me, was probably the best player on the ground for Belpo still.
Well, I had two blokes in the running for me one vote, and Daniel Bannister was one of them, and I gave him one. Believe it or not. I was going to give him two, but because I thought Gould, he held him to 0, but he actually held him to 2. So, and another mention too was Primer. I thought he was great.
Yep.
And I thought Dylan Whitney played a pretty good 4 quarters.
Yep.
2 votes I gave to Hanley. I thought he was fantastic. He just died in the third quarter a bit. I thought he was terrific. But I thought the biggest clear winner on the ground, I know we gave him 3 last time, but I thought he was sensational. He absolutely slaughtered the big fella in the ruck in the finish. And Brock Carter, to mine, was easy again, best on the ground.
Yeah, I've gone 1 vote to Finlay Parish. I thought he was pretty good all day for. It was going to be between him or Primer, but I thought you can see he's got that class and just he just takes his time at his disposal as well. I think and his decision making as well. It's class. But
Well, I thought he was the 3rd best Parish on the ground, but Primer.
I've given 2 votes to. I've lost it here. Dave Hanley, and then I've given 3 votes to Brock Carter.
Wow, that's close.
Carter ends up with 6, Handley with 7, Bannister with 2, Chirkop and Parish 1 each. So the best player will be David Handley.
Well, he was getting it anyway because we give it to Brock last time. I give him 2 in a row.
Yeah, no. Carter was good. He was definitely dominant within the middle of the ground. As I said, if they can just get his little palms out the back correct.
If he's going to keep doing that, then the coach has got to actually make sure there's somebody there.
It's just
your rover. You got to make sure your rover's going to know, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations to David.
The card.
There was hey.
Where's the card?
I haven't got the card, so they'll be here somewhere. So if not, we'll be able to chase one down for him. Grub, you're going to thank some sponsors here this afternoon.
Well, I most certainly do. And look, a huge, huge thank you to all our sponsors from Buckley's and Elders, from P&R Foods and Morris Finance, to Routley's Mark of the Day, the big men fly for the Routley's Pie, Kempy Engineering Read the Play of the Day, the Hotham Hotel Player of the Day, and the Goal of the Day from Connectel. Yeah, that's right, Connectel. From Beersdorf, the tapes and bandages, thank you very much. Red Onion, you do a great job. Beersdorf, thank you very much. So, Promoted Clothing, I'll get to them in a minute. Frameline, Printing and Framing, Raiders Bingo, Oswald Plumbing and Civil, Athletes Foot, how good are they? Commoner Feed, you don't get much better than the Commoner Feed. Sirocco Travel and Cruise, I think this week, South America might be the destination. To the Pulse 94.7, the Yards Hotel, the Club Warehouse, to Victory Trophy, thank you very, very much. And of course, Promoted Clothing, Custom Apparel, Corporate and Teamwear, customisation, casual gear, workwear. How much stuff have these blokes got? Monday to Thursday, 9 o'clock to 4:30. Friday, 9 to 4. Factory 2, 123, Ballyang Street, South Geelong.
Good on you, Grub. Well done there. Now, I suppose the final thing is, where do we go next week? Games, we've got Corio play Bannockburn, Geelong West, Winchelsea.
Hang on, go slower.
Righto. Corio, Bannockburn. We've seen Bannockburn a fair bit.
Bit slower.
You're an idiot. Geelong West taking on Winchelsea. I don't think so over there.
No.
East Geelong, Werribee.
Chance.
Will be a very, very good game. And North Geelong take on Inverleigh at North Geelong.
Oh, that'll be a good game.
And Belpost Hill are at home here again to Belmont Lions.
Another good game.
Or can we go out the highway to the Footwatt Flats and see Anarchy take on Thompson?
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah, I reckon.
We haven't seen Thompson.
Yeah, I reckon. That sounds right to me.
Anarchy Thompson?
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Righto. That's where we're heading next weekend. Out to Anarchy. They're taking on Thompson out at Footwatt Flats. So we'll look forward to going there next weekend. So to everybody, to Grub, to Arch, to Tyler, for everyone here in the box, we hope you enjoyed our call this afternoon. And we look forward to having you back again next week. You've been listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home, local football.